Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on the YouTube side. If it doesn't work on that side, then it doesn't work. It looks like it's not showing up on the camera, but we are on the Twitter space. I might have a little bit of a cold or whatever, but that's not going to dictate whether or not we cover this game today. This is a big one. So it is a Tuesday, March 26, 2024. How's everybody doing out there today? John out here with you. This is a gigantic game. Again, I said for a while it wasn't going to be for a little bit until we covered the Detroit Red Wings, and now here we are again, and it seems to be a must-win situation. Bally Sports Detroit feed that I have on the local side is the only one on that end, and it seems like eights are wild. Not just Alex Ovechkin, not just Patrick Kane, but the eighth spot will probably be the only chance that the Red Wings have to make the postseason. Capitals are a little bit more fortunate. They have a point ahead of Detroit right now, and their schedule is a little bit easier. Let's get into these starting lineups. But again, the Detroit Red Wings made their own bed. So head coached by Derek Lalonde, they're 36, 29, and 6. They're fifth in the Atlantic. They're just outside the second wild card. It's Dylan Larkin, David Perron, Lucas Raymond, Ben Sherratt, Moritz Seider, JT Compher, Alex DeBrincat, Patrick Kane, Simon Edmondson, and Jeff Petrie, Andrew Kopp, Michael Rasmussen, Christian Fischer, Austin Zarnik, Joe Valeno, Robbie Fabry, with only Mata and Shane Goss to spare. Alex Lyon is going to get the start net tonight for Detroit. And for Washington, they are in the wild card spot right now. And the second one by a point. They're 35, 26, and 9, head coached by Spencer Carberry. It sounds like this: Connor McMichael, Alex Ovechkin, TJ Oshie, Martin Feravari, and John Carlson, Dylan Strome, Ivan Mitsuchenko, Alexei Protas, Rasmus Sandin, and Nick Jensen, Hendrix LaPierre, Max Pacioretty, Michael Scarbosa, Nick Dowd, Beck Malenstein, Nicholas Aubé-Kubel, with Alexander Alexiev and Trevor Van Riemsdyk. And Charlie Lindgren will get the start in net today. And for the numbers, again, just to throw that out there for Charlie Lindgren, this is perfect. Again, he was my all-star selection in the first half. He still kind of played that way. Charlie Lindgren, 20, 12, and 5, 267 goals against, 912 save percentage, and 5 shutouts. So for all the fanfare from the last season for Darcy Kemper, it's Charlie Lindgren's goal crease, and why not? He has been very good at it. Alex Lyon is 18, 16, and 2, 304 goals against, 905 save percentage, and a pair of shutouts. I agree with Mickey Redmond today on the local side. If the Red Wings win this game, it has to be on the back of Alex Lyon. He's got to play better, or the Wings will not make the postseason. Again, defensive problems aside, there's been a lot of that as well. And Dylan Larkin has just come back to try to provide a punch of energy after losing 1-0 to the Nashville Predators. But it's got to be Alex Lyon. He's got to get it done today. So Dylan Larkin now, trying to keep this alive one-handed. We'll get this back to his defense and Ben Sherratt. Sherratt will try to fire it at the net, but he took out one of the Red Wings in the process. And Nick Dowd able to get this the other way. It goes too far for Alex Ovechkin. TJ Oshie also out on the ice as Charlie Lindgren will stop it in his own end. Again, for the YouTube side, I apologize if there isn't any cameras showing up there right now, but it just doesn't seem to be working. And that's not even on my side of it not working. That's just YouTube. As this is center out for Patrick Kane off the backhand in his own end. It's DeBrincat. He'll chip and chase, and he gets taken down. And a penalty hand is in the air. So this is a good start for Detroit. Rasmus Sandin going to go to the box for tripping. Again, it's really been a while. Not only since I covered the Red Wings, but just covered a game in general with the tournament, everything else going on, errands, all the other stuff I had to run. I had people over. I really didn't have a chance to be able to get a streaming setting where I had silence enough to be able to do these assignments. So hopefully I can continue to hold up at least for today and for Thursday especially, because if I do get a chance to work with Cooper Hopkins on opening day, I'm not passing that up. So just under a minute in the game, 19:03 marker. The Red Wings are on a power play. Rasmus Sandin goes to the box for tripping. And Detroit has an opportunity in front of them to take the lead against a team they really need to. Alex DeBrincat had to take the draw after Kopp got taken out of it. And now Nick Dowd will send this all the way down the ice. Here for Alex Lyon. Alex Lyon will go ahead and stop it, as it's Moritz Seider trying to make a fake behind the net. You got to be careful with that, though, as Dowd was on the prowl. Van Riemsdyk also watching as well, as this will be an entry here for Detroit. Or the left side dot. I'll put this around the end boards. It'll be Lucas Raymond. We'll send it back to Seider high slot. Down to the left side dot. Red Wings patient. Trying to make something happen here is former Red Wing Nick Jensen. We'll watch near the left side. Dot Kane is wide open, but the pass does not get there. He was just all alone near the right side. Dot, and line will have to come out of his goal crease to stop it. More Sider trying to make a play in his own end. I'll go with the back pass instead. Here's number 88, Patrick Kane. They'll send it across for to brink it. Here's a chance near the left side. Dot, it gets blocked. Patrick Kane will keep it alive off the backhand for Kopp. Now Sider high slot. An opportunity here for Ghost. Back to Sider. Sider patiently for Kane. Kane, he's going to circle step around the high slot, work his way into the right dot. Kane still with it. Off the backhand, try to shovel it ahead to Lucas Raymond. And this one will go back down the ice. So no shots on goal here for Detroit on the power play, as it's Gostisbehere. Now with this head up, he'll make his back pass, and Detroit will start again with JT Compher. Gain the entry near the left side. Dylan Larkin. Here's a shovel pass. Fabry, extra touch near the left side dot. There's Perron. Now Shane Gostisbehere has it. Gives back to David. David will circle. Here's a great cross pass. Lindgren is down. Shovel at the net. And the Red Wings think it goes in, but the net was taken off its moorings. Charlie Lindgren was down and out trying to make a save. One of the Red Wings was going to cross to try to put it in near the left side of the crease, but the net came loose. 16 seconds left to go in the Red Wings power play. It was their first chance, and it was Robbie Fabry, as I believe this did get kicked off of one of the Capitals' skates, maybe Beck Mallenstein. So Fabry tries to shovel his way to the net. Dylan Larkin would get goaltender interference nonetheless, and JT Compher got absolutely upended as well. So massive humanity in there. No matter for the Washington Capitals, they survived the pressure. That was the Red Wings' first pressure of the game, their first shot. And they had a good look there with Robbie Fabry. Let me know if the camera's working on the YouTube side, because I don't see anything but a black screen. There's a fake slapper here, Gostisbehere with a slap, and this will get picked back in from the inboards. Gostisbehere. Give this back to D. Here's another one. This gets blocked out in front. It didn't hit Larkin, at least. Larkin will spin around. And now the Red Wings, Dylan Larkin, trying to make a fancy back pass in between a couple of caps. The puck bounces off the referee. This will break for the Red Wings. JT Compher trying to send it across. Fabry tries to make a play. He's been noticeable here, as this was caught in between Compher, Fabry, Larkin, all trying to make moves there. And it was just ricocheted. 16:49 left to go in the first. Let's get back into the play-by-play here. Backhand for Joe Veleno. And this one is saved for Lindgren. It was right in off the draw. He worked his way to the right side of the post, and it got saved by Charlie. So early, the Panthers are up 1-0 on the Bruins. That is big on the side for the Panthers to try to get the number one seed in the Atlantic. It's pretty much, to me, again, it's too close to call, but I still went on a limb there with Cooper Hopkins a few weeks ago that I think the Bruins are going to play the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know that's not an enlightening take because we've seen that matchup many times, but this would be big to avoid that. Unless if you're Florida, maybe if you're Florida, you want that. As this is recollected here for Dylan Strome. Drop for TJ Oshie. Here's a great pass. Ovechkin near the doorstep. This one tried to get banked off the backside of Alex Lyon from Ovechkin, but the pass goes all the way back down to Van Riemsdyk. Trevor will have it now. John out here with you on the call. This is the local feed for me for Bally Sports Detroit. I told you it'd be a while since we covered the Red Wings again. Now we cover them in a must-win matchup. Hey, it's a must-win matchup for the Caps as well. 16-12 left to go in the first. So worst goal differential by a playoff team. The Capitals are minus 27. Second wild card, but is by far the worst. The best of the worst was the 2011-2012 Panthers at minus 19. And then the Rangers minus 12. So I guess take that the wrong way. You want to be on the bottom part of it. A little reverse graphic on my side. But the Caps would be by far the worst goal differential if they do make the playoffs, because they're a puck possession style team. They don't like to get in high scoring shootout type games. Although they did win that one against the Carolina Hurricanes at 7-6 shootout final, but that usually doesn't happen for Washington in that way. They like to keep things low scoring and keep the puck possession to get their wins. And Charlie Lindgren has been the supreme backstop for them just to make sure to get the job done. Centering pass for Kane. This one will get picked up for Hendrix Lapierre. Lapierre now will try to go ahead and make this play as Alexei Protas now will get taken off the puck. It'll be an opportunity off the half spin, and DeBrincat will have to go back into his own end. He'll take a long flip, make sure that this one stays in play. Van Riemsdyk rounded off the puck. Laperriere loses it to Raymond. Raymond now with a wrister. That was some serious gas on it, 84 miles an hour. And this will be picked up by the jerseys in red. We're at home right now in Washington, D.C. Ole Mata for the Red Wings now. Hulsh backhand shovel this near the left side of the glass. Dylan Larkin with an outstretched stick will get this one to center ice. Able to stay on side. What a play by Larkin. Now Lucas Raymond now near the right side dot. Here's a back pass attempt. It'll go back to Shane. Sent up now for Ole Mata. Mata will lose it near the left side red line as the Red Wings will fire it in, but I guess they didn't gain the entry. The shots on goal say 4-0 for Detroit. I don't know if I quite believe that, but I guess I'll leave that to the professionals. 14:43 left to go in the first. They're showing Tom Wilson with the hit, I guess, high sticking for 6 games. Ooh, we got him right in the mouth. Noah Gregor. That was the one that he's serving that suspension. He's still got 3 more games left on that. Tom Wilson was the All-Star representative for Washington. There was not a lot to choose from in the beginning of the first half. I kind of wonder why he didn't put in Charlie Lindgren. That was me. Throw that in there. Because this is another icing against Detroit. And back-to-back possessions in about 5 seconds. And we'll do it again. So 14:35 left to go in the first as you take a look at Alex Ovechkin. He's on pace for 30 goals. He was on pace for 23 prior to February 27th versus Detroit. That means he's really heated up, and he's gotten back into that conversation to be able to break the record of Wayne Gretzky. Already passed Red Wings legend Gordie Howe. And now for Gretzky, it's definitely possible. And again, I always thought, like all of you, that he's going to play there until he breaks that record. And again, he's only going to stay in one uniform. You don't see that very often. Days of Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin, that doesn't happen very often. This will be iced against Washington, 14-11. Again, the play-by-play over the last maybe 30 seconds are about 3 straight icings, so haven't had much to tell you about on that side. So, as I'm looking at the Bally Sports tracker, on the bottom right, they're showing a bunch of spring training baseball scores. So tomorrow, no games on the Wednesday. Thursday is opening day. I should be joined by Cooper Hopkins. It'll be a 10-10 start between the Boston Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Here is a odd man rush for Washington, but pinned against the boards by Petrie, and a good back pick by Detroit. Able to pick this one up near the left side of the goal crease. Centering pass, trying to find Protas, and this will bounce off some cap sticks as Lindgren will come out of his goal crease, combing a glove it ahead for his defensive side. And we'll do it again. John Carlson. Carlson now is very excellent. Again, it's just good to have him back out on the ice for Capitals, because what a difference maker he is. He's a top 2 defenseman. TJ Oshie with a drop pass for Ovechkin, and the Red Wings getting away with a lot of contact there. Ben Chirac could have been called for a tripping or an interference, as this one will go down the ice. This will be iced for a 3rd time against Detroit already. We'll take a commercial break. That might be good for Detroit as well. It looks like 3-9 since the meeting of February 27th for Detroit, 8-4 for the Washington Capitals. Again, 333 goals for, 292 against for Washington. Very good. 242 for Detroit, 417 against for Detroit. That is where they're really getting killed, in my opinion. It's not just the goals, as it's Cider. They're going to tease the commercial break, I guess. Now for Chirac. Chirac will chip this off the glass, and then Riemsdyk will send it in. There'll be an opportunity for Malenstein. Now near the right side, dot shot gets deflected up and out of play. 13:06 in the first. Now we will take our break, so I will jump back in a moment. So I apologize, guys, if the YouTube side is getting a little messed up here. I know the audio is going to be there for you. Let me just get this question back up there. I tried to refresh because I didn't see the video, but we'll just go back and delete the old one and keep this one up. Again, on the Twitter space, at John Reinott. Same thing as YouTube if you want to get the audio on that side.
How did Coke become a worldwide leader in water treatment? 88 years of experience, 46% energy.
I'm just going to delete this other video really quick while we're in a commercial break, just to not confuse anybody and confuse myself. That's just for the YouTube side. Take both of these out, and we'll get back into the play-by-play here in a second. So again, good work by Bally Sports Detroit here on this side. Evgeny Kuznetsov, Anthony Mantha, Joel Edmondson. In exchange for picks and some retained salary here for Washington, they moved on from some other pieces, got picks, and they're still in the middle of the playoff hunt. So I think that they've done a good job considering everything else, as this is backhanded in by Sider. Already collected by the defensive side for Washington, Rasmus Sandin, as this will be bounced off of the blades of David Perron. And now Raymond and Larkin trying to do some work. Here's David near the left side dot, trying to play a backhand as this one gets canceled off behind the net. Spun around here for David Perron, still with it. He'll send it back to his defense. Try to give back to him. Rack around the net now for Raymond near the right side red line is Alex Ovechkin. We'll see this puck get flipped up in the air. Connor McMichael able to play this one ahead. As this is sent in, you got Ovechkin, Oshie, and Connor McMichael on the first line, so that Hershey Bears, when they won the title, again, we called that one against the Coachella Valley Firebirds last year. Connor McMichael's getting first line time, and I don't even know if he ever thought that was going to happen. As this would be an opportunity for McMichael to go ahead and send this one down the ice. Shane Gostisbehere will leave it near the left side window. Now into the neutral zone. This is Detroit. Robbie Fabry is looking. Here's a good stretch pass. Great skating through the middle. Here's a drop, and this will get knocked away from Protas. Sent back around the inboards and go on play. 11:43 left to go in the first. Shots on goal still read 5-0. Again, that is, I think, very fortuitous for Detroit, maybe a couple for them. This has been a very defensive-heavy game. Washington has yet to find their footing, but yet really either has Detroit. And the longer that this stays goalless, I still worry more if I'm Detroit, I would believe, than Washington, that they would be able to get the job done because Alex Ovechkin's been hot. I'm pretty sure he's going to get at least a pair. That's what I would throw my money on. So LaPerriere can't win this draw against Fisher. And this will be bumped out of there. Now we get, I think, a hand pass. So this will be back into the neutral zone or maybe even the defensive zone for Detroit. 11:37 left to go in the first draw. Now here within the call, I have the local feed for Bally Sports Detroit. That's all we can get today. Being from the Michigan side for myself, but it's an absolutely gigantic game for both teams. So neutral zone draw. LaPerriere had a second opportunity at it. This time he'll win it. As this is spun around from Michael Scarbosa, he'll put it around the net and go back to D now. Beck Malenstein will just fire it toward the net. This bounces off the wall. Picked up by Detroit, try to shovel a backhand pass. It's Jeff Petrie. Able to get this one for Simon Edvinsson. Edvinsson coughs it up. Opportunity now for McMichael. Extra touch pass. A little too unselfish there for the Washington Capitals. And they're going to go ahead and pay for a goal scoring opportunity that should have been there. That would have been 1-0 for sure. As this is sent around the inboards now. and picked up here for Mallenstein. Settle it down now as the Caps will have this one with Nicolas Aube-Kubel. I believe he was a Red Wing for a couple of games, as this is an opportunity now for Aube-Kubel. Pushed against the wall by JT Compher. Now near the right side, DeBrincat trying to shovel this one back to his defense. And Shane Goss is spare, but only Mana's got a back skate. Late here for Shane, as they're stuck in their own end. Now DeBrincat, and we'll send this one forward for Patrick Kane. Kane will calmly dump it in. JT Compher trying to get a puck retrieval here as Alex DeBrincat loses the puck to Nick Dowd. Van Riemsdyk will give it right to Olli Mata into the neutral zone. Has bounced off a Red Wing skate, then turned over again. Detroit will find it with the white jerseys in their defensive zone, and Alex DeBrincat on the injury shift will go ahead and just chop this into the defensive zone of the Caps. As they'll look to start again now with Faravari, but it's given away. David Perron trying to find it in between escape blades. It's Connor McMichael. You got Oshie wicking right into the crease. It'll follow the line. It'll roll right to his glove hand, and he will hold on to it. 9:49 left to go in the first. We're still scoreless. I don't think that counts as a shot on goal just yet, but a couple of careless turnovers on both sides. Well, the good news is I still have power. The bad news is I watched it flash a couple of times here because we are experiencing wind and rainy weather here in Michigan. So I hope that everything else holds up either way. As long as I can, I will be able to go ahead and give you this play-by-play and do the best I can to finish off the story, considering we get the whole game. Wednesday will be some extra prep because of T-Mobile. Get the MLB 2024 TV package for free, so then we can stream the Mariners and the Boston Red Sox tomorrow. With Cooper Hopkins, if he is in there, him and I are going to split innings. I'll probably have him take the 8th and the 9th on that end, or at least kind of move it around where he can close it out because it is his home team on that side. But it should be a lot of fun. Again, we've covered the opening day for, I think this will be the second season or maybe the third at this point. Had a lot of fun last year as Ty France had a big time bomb to be able to beat the Cleveland Guardians. And again, that was a year ago on Thursday pretty much. And we'll get a chance to do it again. I know my Tigers will open against the Chicago White Sox. I'm very excited to get Jason Benetti in the broadcast booth. And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch them because I think the AL Central is going to be wide open. I think if you get maybe, 85, 86 wins, that might be good enough to win the Central. I still think the Twins are the best team in there, but Detroit can fight with Cleveland as far as second, third, maybe even first on that side. And it's not going to take that many games to go ahead and win.
Of this up and down season, 7 goals. His first 7 games, Camelback. Can't say I've ever done that.
They're showing Alex Ovechkin riding with a bunch of camels. So Alex Ovechkin, for whatever reason, on the Bally Sports Detroit side, when he was on vacation with his wife and his kids, he was riding some camels. As this is sent back in, and yes, I said that correctly. TJ Oshie now for Dylan Larkin, as it's David Perron now. Dylan Larkin off the half spin near the left dot. Here's a chance to drop the D. This one will shoot wide off the slap shot. Alex Ovechkin will calmly put this around the end boards, but nobody's there for Washington. Detroit's got to get back on side anyways. Charlie Lindgren will go ahead and stop it. Rasmus Sandin took a tripping penalty, but that's the only one of the game so far. It's Sandin now. Off the rush, here's a good drop. Connor McMichael will shovel it toward the net. Alex Lyon didn't know where it was, and neither did I, but it's in his glove hand. He's got it in the trapper. 9:12 left to go in the first. Rasmus Sandin off the drop pass. This was McMichael, and it pinballed toward the net. I think it bounced off of one of the other Caps who was rushing toward the net as McMichael sent it on, and it bounced off Sandin's skate blade and right into the glove hand of Alex Lyon. So the first shot on goal for Washington officially, supposedly. 9:12 left to go in the first. Shots on goal read 5-1 for Detroit. I don't think either one of these has felt definitive on both sides for their offense. We're still waiting for the pilot light to ignite here. John Carlson pinned against the boards by Rasmussen. as this is sent toward the net. This one goes wide. Michael still working on trying to get this puck. Again, he's got a contract extension for Detroit, and a baby is on the way. So Rasmussen's been busy. They've been joking in the Red Wings locker room that a lot of new dads are on this team right now. And it kind of gives you enlightenment when you get to that stage in your life. And I would definitely agree with that, although I wouldn't know. As Dylan Strome picks it up now for Petrie. Petrie will send it back to his defensive partner in Edmondson. Edmondson now with a slow skate up and across the red line. Almost gets knocked into the bench. He will get this across the red line and dump it in. As Joe Bellino will go ahead and find it. Olinata now will have it in his own end with Shane Gostisbehere. So the defensive lines have already changed for Derek Lalonde's squad as this gets fired in again. It bounces away from Jensen. Red Wings have it off the side of the goal. Bounces off maybe the side of the net, not even the post. Charlie Lindgren doesn't have to make the save as it's down to 8 minutes. It's Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere through the screen, all sorts of traffic. Red Wings have to pay for the price in front of the net, getting cross-checked for sure. As this is picked up by Aubé-Kubel. Here's a drop pass near the right dot, and Alex Lyon will swallow up the shot from distance. 7:45 left to go in the first. Beck Malenstein is the one that let it fly. John out here with you on the call. Alex Ovechkin, first star of the week, and why not? 4 games, 7 goals, and an assist, a 5-game goal streak for Ovi. He's been the difference maker, the grade 8, the captaincy for Washington. Has been for a long time now. And even with a grayer beard, especially like mine, as the years continue to pass, still one of the most ferocious goal scorers that we have in the history of the NHL, let alone right now still in 2024. As this one is sent in. Picked up by Kane with the puck retrieval near the right side red line. DeBrincat will watch this go around the end boards as Mata will try to pinch in. Perrier loses it to Coffer, but Ovechkin's right there in his own end. Who said he doesn't play responsible defense? Now Connor McMichael. TJ Oshie, great feed. Extra pass. Here's a chance near the left side glove hand. And Alex Lyon stops it from Ovechkin. And now JT Coffer, off an odd man rush, loses an edge, makes a play, trying to shoot the puck, falling down. I think he lost his skate blade. Picked up now. McMichael stops at the line, but he's offsides. 7:01 left to go in the first. Fans don't like that, but offsides are the Caps. 5-3. Faravari may have gotten just a little bit ahead of that line from what I see. They're showing him into the bench now. I think JT Coffer just lost an edge near the right side of the dot, and he tried to make a shot one-handed, or on one leg essentially. This would be a neutral zone chance to get the puck, as the Red Wings will win the face-off. It's Petrie. Get this near the left side red line now. Raymond. Now Larkin. Larkin off his backhand. This one will get sticked aside by Lindgren. And now another penalty. I think it's going to be called maybe against David Perron. That's what Ken Daniels is saying. 6:50 left to go in the first. I think the Red Wings are going to go to the man disadvantage here. Caps will go to the power play. So you know what that means. You just wait for Ovechkin near the left side dot, and this might be 1-0. It's pretty simple. We've seen that for about, 15 seasons now or more. I'm probably underselling a little bit. As a hook right underneath the sternum of Dylan Strome from David Perron. And it will be a power play, the first of the game for the Caps. Both teams have had one. Dylan Larkin trying to play the case of the ref on that side. It wasn't him, but David Perron going to go to the box. And Ovechkin now, on the way that this faceoff was set up, you could pretty much win this backhand clean to him off a first pass. You could be wide open in the middle lane to shoot. Here's a one-timer. This one gets blocked. Picked up now by Ovi. Try to skate in between a couple of Red Wings. And now Sider will go ahead and shovel it ahead off the backhand, clear it down the ice. So that's exactly what they did. It was one pass off the face-off win and went right to Ovi. It's not a surprise as it's sent back around the inboards. Perrier off the drop. Dylan Strome sent it across. Picked up off the backhand now. Oshie trying to get this one settled. Connor McMichael going to play the bumper. He's got it now. In the high slot, Ovechkin, bomb. And this one will get blocked. Now Sider. He is in a mall phone booth right now trying to find this puck. It's Ovechkin. Now McMichael. Oshie near the right side dot. He's getting in front of the net now. TJ Oshie. Here's Ovechkin. Oshie providing a screen. He'll get the touch pass. He tried to find it in between his skates. And that bobble there for a second was a big sigh of relief for Detroit. We'll take a change. Opportunity now for McMichael off the drop. And the Capitals will look to start again. 50 seconds left to go. Connor McMichael, number 24, has got it now. He will just stay on the blue line side. Here will be a sauce pass for Ovechkin. And around the end boards now, as this is with the Caps. Still working with it near the right side dot. This will be too far drop for Alex Ovechkin, and it'll be sent back down the ice as Faravari couldn't hold it. Now we'll get the second line back out there. I think Ivan Morshenenko might be on the ice as well. I'm trying to look for the long jersey names, but it's Connor McMichael. I think he's number 67 now, as I put around the inboards now, as they're having all sorts of audio feeds on the Bally Sports Detroit, probably with a bunch of static. So I might just have to mute this as it's sent back around the inboards now for Marchenko, trying to pick this one up. Ovechkin wide open near the middle of the dots. He's going to go all the way back now, probably go ahead and take a change as both teams go 0 for 1. It's Rasmus Sandin, and across the Caps logo now, he is the recipient of the pass. Try to get this one back, put it around the inboards now for Mallenstein. Sandin waiting in between the circles. We'll get it down near the left side. Down here's a slapper. Didn't get a chance to get a whole lineup there as this goes down to 4:19 left to go in the first. Red Wings pick it up. Patrick Kane still dancing in between a couple of Caps. He can't find the puck now, but he'll pick it up now near behind the net for Charlie Lindgren. Here is the Red Wings near the Little Caesars logo. Again, that's on their ads for the high slot. And now this bounces off the referee. This will work out for Washington in their own end for Nick Jensen. Here's a long outstretch pass. Michael Scarbosa. Good pickup. Here's a chance for Lyon. Looks behind him. Snow Angel makes the save. Scarbosa was there as well. Raymond trying to push away for Protas so nobody touches Alex Lyon. Very close for the Red Wings there. Alex Lyon has only had to face a few shots, but his rebound control and kind of locating the puck has been a little suspect here. It's still tied very late in the first. And Simon Edmondson got hit pretty good and then that last part of the commercial break. Come right back.
What's missing? The Indian condor? No, walnut brain. Pigeons. They'd rather name a team after socks. To be fair, we're not very athletic. It all starts with a Chevy truck.
I figured this would be the answer in this question. I put, is this a must-win game for both teams? And only one vote so far says yes. I would imagine anything else today says yes. And if there are any no's there, I probably will scratch my head because I think both of these teams, it's one of those ones that you call a 4-point swing. And it's pretty simple for anyone that follows that. If you get a win in regulation, the other team does not get points. It's very important for the teams that are just ahead or the teams that are just trailing because these two, and the Red Wings and the Caps, are separated by 1 point in the standings right now. And that 1 point is the difference between WC2 and being out.
That's why we give more ways to bet on the NHL. When you want to bet on the Clapper like the land, look for somewhere to start.
We have a fully loaded NHL schedule today, so I will give you the updates once we get into the first intermission. Normally, I would be typing notes as far as the game story here between Detroit and Washington, but honestly, there's not much to type up here in this first. This has been a game where it's been a bunch of defense, and there's not a lot of offense here, and there's not a lot of really extended push and very confident offense between both of these. Maybe a feeling out stage. I don't know if that's really the right words, but that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. So no matter what happens today, the Capitals will still have a game in hand on Detroit. So Detroit now will pick this up in their own end, but they turn it right over, right in the middle of the circles, and the shot goes wide for Dylan Strome. He can't do that again, as this is sent around the inboards now. Scarbosa trying to make a play, as this is put in around the inboards now, near the right side dot, back to defense. It's Pacioretty now. Here's a cheeky little tip play for Van Riemsdyk from Pacioretty. This one goes just wide. Washington, slapper. This one will go wide again from John Carlson off the redirect. And a race down for the puck. It's Lucas Raymond here for Carlson. Carlson will win the race, and they'll send it right back to his defensive partner for Martin Ferravari. McMichael, send it back now for Ferravari. As this is put down the ice from about 130 feet, this will be picked up now for Simon Edmondson. 2:45 left to go in the first. It's scoreless. Shots on goal now read 6-5. At one point it was 4-0 Detroit, but again, nothing very definitive between either one of these teams' offense. Here's a very lazy pass from Detroit. Played it off the backhand. I'm surprised that Ovechkin didn't get a tripping call put against him from the Red Wings. He got taken out in front of the net. No call. Here's another lazy pass from Detroit. And LaPerriere will send this in across the red line as this will bounce. Christian Fischer now will get this one off the back. Picked up now for Edmondson, and Andrew Kopp will go ahead and send it in for Detroit. TJ will have it now for the Caps. Pacioretty now for Connor McMichael. McMichael able to send this one ahead. Good touch pass, but this is a misplay. Patrick Kane now has this off the back, and he'll try to drop this one for DeBrincat. That one is knocked away. Flipped in across the neutral zone. Detroit will have it with Ben Sherratt. Here is Patrick Kane. Simon Edmondson trying to skate all the way in with JT Compher as this one gets taken away. Here are the Caps off the rush. A good chance to shoot. One on stop by Alex Lyon. As this is JT Compher. Lyon just met it the whole way through center part in the middle of the blue paint. He's able to stop it with the glove hand. Tip play for Compher goes just wide. That should absolutely be a 1-0 game in favor of Washington. Scarbosa now near the left side. Off the backhand looking for Protas as this one is taken away. Moritz Seider now. He'll find the entry. Skated himself. Shoot it high near the stick side of Charlie Lindgren. Now the offense is starting to push both ways as teams are trying to go up and down the ice, a little north-south here. Now Van Riemsdyk will spin. Back Malenstein and knocked away from him with Nicholas Aubé-Kubel. They'll get it back. Nick Dowd trying to shovel it toward the net. And this will be taken away. Washington looking very dangerous. This will be knocked away by Alex Lyon. Joe Bellino will have it now on his own end. This will be dumped in. Red Wings should get to this, but they don't. Compher and Fabry pushed up ahead. Here's Van Riemsdyk as this will be picked up off the backhand for Detroit. Robbie Fabry now with a shovel pass. 15 seconds left to go in this first. Picked up across the Caps logo by Washington. Detroit will intercept. Raymond, he gets taken down, and a whistle call. This should be a penalty against Washington. And the Red Wings will get a power play and extended time going into the second period as Lucas Raymond able to draw it from Nick Dowd. Too many men on the ice. So not even interference that I thought it was going to be for a cross-check against Raymond. They're going to get too many men on the ice. Spencer Carberry looking down at the iPad, just trying to see what the case is. And he's saying, hey, he's waving his hands. He said, you want to go ahead and check this thing. He's got his hands up in the air in disbelief right now, Spencer Carberry. So we got 5. Look at this pad right now. By the time this puck is played, no one else touches it with 6. That's what Spencer Carberry is saying. And now they're going to go ahead and have a confab in with the Zebras. 6 seconds left to go in the first. Shots on goal now, 8-7. Alex Lyon made a ridiculous stop right in the middle of the blue paint, able to meet the Caps out in front after a series of deflections and make a stop right in on net. Otherwise, the Caps should have the lead in this game. You could argue a 2-0 lead for the Washington Capitals, even with only 8 shots on goal. So we'll get it sorted out. I think Spencer Carberry is going to get his wish. I think he should, to be honest with you. David Perron, this is rescinded. I thought, if anything, it wasn't even the too many men on the ice. It would be a cross-checking penalty against the Caps on Lucas Raymond because he got a stick right in the back without even having the puck. I know it was an attempt to battle, but the puck was already gone there. But I think that Spencer Carberry, again, will get his wish, and he should. So they're showing the Red Wings with the puck here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the ice. You can get 6, but they can't play the puck as long as you make an attempt to go to the bench, and it looks like that's the case. So Washington is going to be good here. Neutral zone draw win. For Washington, they're going to ride on a time, but at the end of one, it's scoreless. Alex Lyon made a monumental save here, and I'm not just trying to say that for Monumental Sports for Washington, but man, oh man, this could easily be a 1 or 2 goal game for the Caps. But 7 shots on goal apiece, scoreless after one. Come right back, call the second.
Thank you. Goalless on the Wings and the Capitals after one period of play in our nation's capital back here in the studio. John Keating, Larry Murphy with you. We'll talk about some of the plays that we have seen through the first 20 minutes in a second, but we're reminding ourselves to sort of take in watching Alexander Ovechkin, and we hope he doesn't score. The Wings kept him off the score sheet when they saw him last month, but he is 46 goals behind Wayne Gretzky. He's 38 years of age. Does Alexander Ovechkin get the ultimate scoring record?
I think he does. The question is just how long will it take him? He's with the Capitals. They'll continue to let him play until he gets that number, even if his play starts to diminish. And it has of late. He's not the player he was 10 seasons ago, but he's still. I don't know. Yeah, he's still a player. He's still good out there. He gets still part of the puck a ton. And for the Wings, they did a real good job. He managed 2 shots. He had a couple more attempts that didn't get to the net, but still, he's somebody that they have to still be aware of. I say that his plays diminished a bit, but you still have to be aware of kind of steps on.
All right, the Wings' best chances to get on the scoreboard happened early in the first period, and what ultimately became sort of a playoff type feel to the first period. Let's take a look at the Wings' chances that they had in the first. Menard brings you the big money first edition highlights here.
Well, first part of the
Just getting the notes typed in, but there's not going to be a lot of them, admittedly. Let's give you the team stats.
Movement, getting themselves in a good shooting situation. Barry gets a hold of it, tries to step around Lindgren, does a great job pushing himself off, out, gets that great pass down, doesn't let him move the puck around him, and it's a great save on his part. Next, we see Larkin gets an opportunity, comes in late, the puck bounces out to the boy, just position A. He was shaking his head after this one. It's just right between the hash marks, position A scoring-wise. It doesn't get it over the shoulder of Lindgren. And yeah, he's a little disappointed. And of course, he touched on the latter part of that period. All of a sudden, Washington found a little more of their game and has created some chances against Lions. So to sum it up, Keith, this first period was 2 goaltenders that played flawlessly, and we've got no goals. And that's something, it almost feels like what we're going to see what we saw in Nashville last game. It's like maybe 1, 2 goals would be for all to take the win, but boy, it's going to be something. And it's going to take some sort of effort to get that first goal.
Okay, not a lot to tell you about in this first, but let's get to the reset here with 7 shots on goal apiece. Chance to begin the game on the power play for Detroit as Fabry gets denied. Not a lot of offense, though, but this was a monumental save of Henrik Slapierre by Alex Lyon. There was a lot of deflections there for Washington of late within the last 3 or 4 minutes of the first for the Caps. Some turnovers on both sides, but again, shots on goal 7 apiece. Hits 9-7 for Detroit, faceoffs 14-6. Penalties, both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. That is it, and that's all right now. So we're looking at the playoff picture. Washington again in WC2, Tampa in WC1. They're ahead by 6 points. So no matter what happens today, the Caps will still have a game in hand of Detroit. But this is one of those 4-point swing games. If you're just joining us on this side again, you want to win this game in regulation to climb the rung of the ladder. Take 2 points away from your opponent. If Detroit can do that, they'll put themselves in a playoff spot and put Washington out. It is as simple as that right now. And that has to be the situation that presents itself, because I won't talk too much into the intermission here. But when you get for Detroit and you think about what's in front of them, again, it's been about a couple weeks, maybe about 3 since we covered the Wings on that side. We talked about the losses in between Edmonton and Vancouver. And that's fine. You expect some of those, maybe even Vegas from a couple weeks ago. But when you have those games against Columbus, you have a couple against Buffalo, you lose both games against Arizona, those ones start to add up. And Detroit has lost 10 of the last 13 games out of the playoffs because of that. So, what is left in this 5-game road stand, well, I should say 4, because Washington today got Carolina, Florida, Tampa. That is a gauntlet. And it wouldn't be if the Red Wings played some adequate hockey, but that's where they are right now. Then they'll come home. They'll play the Rangers, Buffalo, and Washington yet again. All teams in the playoffs or teams also chasing for a spot. Lock it in to get in, or simple as that, you don't. And for the Caps, have won 5 of the last 6. It was a wild 7-6 win over Carolina. That one was only on NHL Network during the weekend over a shootout. You might have missed it with all the March Madness games going on. But they blanked Winnipeg 3-0 as well within the winning 5 of the last 6. Their schedule outlook highlights, again, the game against Detroit today, but they'll have Detroit one more time. Buffalo twice, Boston twice, Carolina, Toronto, Tampa, Philly. They have a difficult schedule as well. So both of these teams will need to put their nose to the grindstone and get the job done if they want to get into the playoffs. Again, Washington with a point ahead in the standings and a game in hand has a little bit better chances of the playoff window than Detroit does. But both teams, make no mistake about it, control their own destiny. For Detroit, they've left it late and they've kind of succumbed a lot of ground here. But they need to pick it back up and right the ship, or it's going to be done. This will feel much like the Ottawa situation last year when they lost back-to-back games and essentially took themselves out of the playoffs. This one a little bit later in the season. What a fortunate on March 26, 2024 on a Tuesday to be able to say that, but you have to be able to pick it up on both sides. And at least for me, it doesn't change the marker of you need 3 more defensemen and you need a couple more goalies. You got to start that way. Detroit and Steve Eisman know exactly what they need to do to address to make this team better. That's why they didn't make a bunch of moves during the deadline, because that wouldn't have done much. All the moves that they need to make are longevity moves for down the stretch. And you really got to repair that defense, and you got to get some other goaltending to help them out as well, or the job's not going to get done.
So when we fill your wall with our high-efficiency foam, your house stays warm without saves you a lot of money.
Call now and get 0% interest for 18 months.
USA Insulation.
How much is great?
Canada. Railroad Hockey on this Tuesday night is presented to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Wings and Caps in their second meeting of the season. Goal is to after one. It's time for you to help decide the 2024 class of the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. Cast your vote now by scanning the QR code on your screen or by visiting mshof.org/ballot. mshof.org/ballot. Voting ends on April 30th.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Ones. They're full gun-size fresh packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce, and they're $3.99.
Maybe we can try these Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Try them Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza. Looks like you need a vacation. Just enter 5-hour energies. Where will the tide take you? Sweepstakes. You can win a $10,000 dream beach vacation. Go to 5HETide.com to enter. Enter today and find out where the tide will take you. Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Save $50 on the RMA 460 battery lawnmower. Real Steel. Find yours.
Today, when it comes to following sports, basic box score just won't cut. Get the stats behind the stats with NHL Edge. So you won't just see McCarr's penalties. You'll see where he stand. You won't just know Matthew Stewart. You'll know how hard he shot. And you won't just get OB shot tape. You'll know where he shot from. Even if they're all from the same place. Know more about every stat, every shift, and every start with NHL Edge.
Don't miss the Tigers opening day tailgate presented by Miller Lite and Bally Sports Detroit. Join us on April 5th at the Grand Circus Park, beginning at 9 a.m. to enjoy food trucks, beer tents, video walls, great giveaways, and more. Admission is free. That's the free Tigers opening day tailgate presented by Miller Lite and Bally Sports Detroit. For more info, visit DetroitOpeningDay.com.
Of course, there's enthusiasm to this club. The conversation starting to wrap up. The enthusiasm starting to wrap up. Behind the culture that creates wins. And I firmly believe that the city's ready for it, our fans are ready for it. Well, the Wings need to get going for lots of reasons, including this. Anytime they find their way to 3 goals and then more, you're invited to
All right, so let's go over the NHL scoreboard.
to receive a free small order.
So our game that we're covering today are the Red Wings and the Caps. That one is goalless after one. The Panthers and the Bruins also after one as well. Panthers got a 2-1 lead. Evan Rodriguez and Sam Reinhart. Sam Reinhart has 51 goals on the year. Charlie McAvoy with his 10th on the defensive side from Matt Grzelcyk and Pavel Zacha. Big Bob has stopped 10 of 11 in the first, and Jeremy Swayman having a tough day so far, 6 out of 8, 51 for Reinhardt. And I know everybody's talking about Austin Matthews as they should, but man, oh man, I think we can give some hard consideration to Sam, can we not? Flyers and Rangers also scoreless after one. Same thing for the Hurricanes and Pens. The Devils and the Maple Leafs just over the halfway point of the first frame. This one's tied at 1. Tyler Bertuzzi has been on some type of streak for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's come at the best time because he is a playoff type performer. If he can have 75% maybe of what he did with the Boston Bruins now for Toronto getting into the postseason, on top of Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and everybody else in there, you would feel pretty good. Max Domi, TJ Brody get the assists, and Luke Hughes from Jesper Bratt and Nico Hischier. It's a 1-1 game with 8:07 left to go in the first. Joseph Woll, 4 out of 5, and Jake Allen, 11 of 12. Again, the goaltending carousel for Tom Fitzgerald. It's a lot different from last year when he had Vitek Vanacek absolutely locking things down. In the other games that are going to be played today, another gigantic one between the Golden Knights and the Preds. The Preds are on fire right now. They have 15. Let me make sure I get this correct because I think this is around that mark. Might be a little bit off, but I think it's 17 games with a point. 15-0-2 are the Nashville Predators. Looking at the wild card standings, again, that's where the Nashville Predators are, but it's not for lack of trying here. They have 88 points now. And in the Central is Winnipeg Jets with 93. They're both at 71 games played. They're both in action day. If Nashville continues this ridiculous run that they're on, they could actually take one of the 3 seeds in the Central. I don't know if it's possible, but we didn't even think it was going to be possible that they would even get to that mention. That's how good they've been of late. They're coming off of 2 shutouts, 3-0, 1-0 between Florida and Detroit, respectively. I think they'll take this one against the Golden Knights at home. I really do, the way that they've been playing. For Golden Knights, it's important because they want to stay in WC2, so that's a gigantic game at 8 o'clock. Maybe Alec Nob is covering that one. He'd be smart to do so. Oilers and Jets. That's at 8 p.m. as well at the Canadian Life Center. Flames and Blackhawks. It certainly looks like, again, if I talk to Cooper on Thursday, we'll talk a little bit about it, but I think the Flame season's probably done. And at this point, I'd be playing Dustin Wolf, and I'd also be seeing what I can try to get in the NHL draft lottery. Maybe get those odds. TJ Ginla's there. He'd look good as a Flame. I imagine that's what they're going to try to do. The Canadians and Avalanche, that's at Bull Arena at 9 p.m. Eastern. Blue Jackets, Coyotes at 10. Blue Jackets already eliminated. Ducks and Kraken, and Stars and Sharks. So Oilers, Jets, Golden Knights, Preds, both at 8 p.m. Eastern. Those are the big ones. Probably puck drop about 10 minutes or so. Other than that, the late games, there's not much to go on as far as the pure late games itself.
All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmissions, telecommunications to the public, or other unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Trade
All right, everybody, we're going to be getting into the start on the second period. I think we got one more commercial break with us. It is a 0-0 game after one between the Red Wings and the Caps. And this is one of the biggest games of the year. How many times have I said that when I worked with Cooper Hopkins? How much of a big game everything is. But at this point, this is the biggest game of the year for both of these teams. A gigantic 4-point swing. They still have one more meeting against each other. They'll have 3 this year. And that'll probably come about a week and a half time.
Of course, there's enthusiasm. He said, the expectations are starting to ramp up. The enthusiasm is starting to ramp up behind the culture that creates win. From the league. The city's ready for it. The fans are ready for it.
In a pregame ceremony held here in Washington on Sunday, TJ Oshie was recognized for his 1,000th game in the NHL. Had his mom, his wife, his sister, and his 4 kids on hand.
So TJ Oshie was just recognized for playing 1,000 games in the NHL on Sunday. And he had a really cool handmade jersey with him lifting up the cup on the back of it with all of his family and his beautiful kids. That is so cool to be able to see that for Ovechkin. The great American hero, number TJ Oshie, in the Olympic side of it. And he had to continually go in the shootout over and over and over again.
But Baxter had his surgery in June of 2022. He played last season in 39 games, racked up 21 points, said he felt 100% during the offseason heading into training camp. But after 8 games this season, shut it down, saying the head coach.
So let's get ready for the start of the second period, everybody. John here back with you. I got the local feed in Bally Sports Detroit. That's the only one that I have today. Being the local boy here, it's the Red Wings and the Caps. And we will see what happens, what awaits both of these teams here. We're still waiting for our first goal. Shots on goal board as the Caps have iced it. Remain at 7 apiece. There was a lot of talk about the number 8 in the pregame, not just for Alex Ovechkin, not just 88 for Kane, but number 8 being the last wild card spot for both of these teams. Now, it could change for the Caps if the Flyers fall out because they are both in the Metro, but it's very important. This is a 4-point swing game. Sherratt through the deflection. It's stopped by Lindgren, and now TJ Oshie, who just plays in game 1000, number 1, as this is trying to get sent around the end boards for Connor McMichael. This is intercepted. Try to have it now as Raymond will put it around the end boards. Dylan Larkin try to find it now near the left side red line. Raymond still trying to get some work done here. Number 71 able to get this one back. Rasmussen will able to send it back to him, and Larkin's shot gets blocked as Washington will chip this one off the glass. He settled down for Alex Ovechkin. Good play for Connor McMichael. Here's TJ. And Ovechkin will fire a big-time slapper. He had that circle button held down. And now it's Rasmussen. Will make a long outstretched pass. It'll get blocked partially by Rasmussen. Fake slap shot around the inboards in an attempt to clear. This will go into the bench. So that should not be a penalty. 18:57 left to go in the second. Johnny with you on the call. Again, as I said, we're still waiting for the game's first goal. And I hope that you will stick with me because it's going to be a big one here whenever we do get it. I know on the Thursday side it will be a big one between the Boston Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners. We'll have that call for you on MLB opening day. Have the late game. Andrew Kopp looks like he might be taking this draw for Detroit. We got the Christian Fisher line out there right now between Rasmussen and Fisher. Not sure what's going on right now. Do they need to do some ice repairs? They had the ice crew out there. Maybe just a block of ice that was picked up with the hand. That's what it looks like here. Looks like that's all cleared away. 18:57 left to go in the second. Not sure I've ever seen that before, but again, anytime I'm on a broadcast, I always find some things I've never seen before. Andrew Kopp. They moved out of the draw. So it's usually Christian Fisher's second opportunity. Fisher will win it as this one goes straight back. And now the Red Wings will settle it down. Petrie. Edmondson fired in toward the cage. Petrie off the slapper. This hits one of the Red Wings who's down. My goodness, Jeff Petrie with the friendly fire. And this one will be sent around the inboards, picked up by Edmondson. Number 77 trying to find number 37 in Fisher. Petrie. Now for Edmondson off the long flip. Little hand grenade, and Petrie really got Fisher there, and Fisher's hurt off the back right of his instep. Michael Rasmussen will go ahead and take a look now. Comfer able to get this one ahead. Alex DeBrincat send it across for Kane near the right side dot. It bounces off of Lindgren. Kane falls down, trying to make a play. DeBrincat trying to cut in and loses an edge. Now this is with the Caps on a 2-on-2 off the drop. Sent around for Van Riemsdyk. Red Wings trying to pressure. They can't steal the puck. Bouncing. Picked up by Jensen. Shot scores! The Caps get on the board, and it's a gigantic goal here, and the Red Wings are in trouble. 17:51 in the second. It's Nick Dowd. Nick Dowd with a chance right in the middle of the circles. And it's Jensen, the former Red Wing, that sets it up. Nick Dowd, low left corner and in, and he celebrates big time as he should. Perfect pass from Jensen on the move. Near the right side dot, Nick Dowd puts it in the back of the net, and that's going to put a dent. If the Red Wings do lose this game, they'll put a massive dent in their playoff chances. And they did it to themselves. They made their own bed here. Caps, they have been very hot of late. And again, I won't go ahead and say that they'll be cannon fodder for teams like the Florida Panthers or the New York Rangers or whoever should win the Metro, but still, got to play well. And that's what they're doing right now. That's how you get in this time of year. Robbie Fabry. This will be for Joe Valeno now. Now near the right side dot. Back to defense in the high slot. Gostisbehere wants it. Here's a chance. Goes wide for Fabry. It was his second goal scoring opportunity of the game. Picked up now near the red line side with Perrier. Loses it to Mata. And now Mata. It's Connor McMichael. As Mata will go ahead and chip it in. Picked up now by Joe Valeno. This will be intercepted. Good work off a one-on-one. LaPerriere trying to dance as Chirac will knock him down to the ice. And the Red Wings will try to take this right to left in the road whites. Dylan Larkin now. And near the right side boards, Larkin gets shoved down to the ice. And now the Caps. Red Wings try to force an intercept. They cannot. But this will be fired in. Charlie Lindgren hasn't had a lot to do here today. And will stop the first 9 shots that he's faced. As it's sent around the inboards, Ben Chirac. We'll get this one back from Ward Sider. There's a long outstretched pass. It's a good one. Rasmussen with a chance. And this is held by Lindgren. Make that Lucas Raymond, 17:28 left to go in the second. So this is deflected. That's what Chris Osgood was saying off of the rebound opportunity. Fabry was there on the doorstep for a moment as Chirot made an outstretched pass for Lucas Raymond. It was a good wrister, but it was caught right in the stomach of Charlie Lindgren. It was 16-28 in the second. Fabry, he's going to have his head in his hands a couple times in this game. They got to solve Charlie Lindgren at least once to tie it. That's where they are right now. They're down 1-0. Chirot goes off the end boards, and Lindgren will hit it with the stick back in his own end near the left side red line. Washington, they have the lead. They're just taking it with Nick Dowd as this one sent in. Bounced in off Obey Cubel, good said. Lyon with the right side pad as Rasmussen will lose the puck. This will be sent down here for Lindgren. He'll slowly stop it around the net. It was very busy behind his office. Bounced off of Rasmussen off a shot block. But this will be Washington with Dylan Strome. Slow up. Great stretch pass. Will have to be recollected. Sider trying to funnel his way to steal it. Red Wings. Here's a bouncing puck. Sider almost runs into his own man. They can't get the space and he falls down behind his own net. Red Wings will get it out though. Simon Edvinson in the red line and fire it in. This will be an opportunity here for Fisher, who is back out there after getting hit by the puck by Petrie. Faravari will send it back for his defensive partner, for John Carlson. Now into the right side red line, gets stopped by Lyon, picked up by Gostisbehere. It's very busy now. And now Kane able to get this one. Good help by DeBrincat. Now off the rush here, the Red Wings. Centered in front for DeBrincat, and he scores! 1-1 is now the score. It feels like Alex DeBrincat hasn't scored in about a month and a half. It's a good time for him there. It's a 1-1 tie. 15:07 left to go on the rush. On the rush, that's where it started. It was Keane, DeBrincat, put in front near the right side red line. This is Petrie who makes the pass. For DeBrincat, cutting right in from the right side red line to the right side of the crease. And let's see how DeBrincat gets a stick on it. This just goes from the right side of the crease to the bottom of the left corner and in. So Alex DeBrincat, 24 goals, 34 assists in 72 games, a 7-game point streak against Washington with a goal today. It's a big one. It's a tie game now. Shot board is 14-10 in favor of Detroit, and Detroit really needed that one. As Chirot try to go ahead and find it. Put it around the kick plate. This is Jensen. We'll put it in deep. Protas. Too far for him. Washington still with it though. In between the circles, turnaround shot. McMichael, big rebound. Washington. Lobbing near the left side dot. Rasmus Sandin wants it. He's got it near the right side dot if he can get to him. Put around the inboards for Hendricks Laperriere. It's Sandin. Now near the right side, here's a back pass between the legs. And only Mata trying to find a dangerous centering pass. This goes in between Boleno's legs. With Washington, it looks like they're on a power play. Good save for Alex Lyon. It bounced off his glove hand. And now Detroit finally gets it down the ice. Sent back down for Lindgren. Slowly shovels it away. 13:50 left to go in this second. Joiner within the call. Alex DeBrincat just tied the game. Dylan Larkin trying to find Raymond. As this is Raymond now. Back in behind the net for David Perron. Ben Chirot will go side to side for Sider. And a wrister stopped by Lindgren. 13:36 left to go in the second. We'll take a break. Nick Dowd, Alex DeBrincat, their goal scorers in the first.
With Sylvania TrueWave LED bulbs. TrueWave mimics natural sunlight and features superior dimming control, helping you see and feel better. Right now, get $10 instant savings on a single qualifying purchase of $40 or more. Transform your space with our cap invitation laminate floor. It's durable, stylish, and easy to install. On sale for $119 per square foot after 11% rebates.
Which is what this is so much fun. This makes it so easy.
Let's go. Slam Dunk using the promo code on your screen to redeem this offer before it's gone. Only at GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
GM employees with current eligibility release. First low mileage lease on this 2023 Envision Preferred All-Wheel Drive for $279 per month.
They're showing the Grand Rapids Griffins, who's affiliate of the Detroit Red Wings. They're going to be clinching a playoff spot, most likely. Sebastian Coase has played well. That's the biggest news for me. We know about the forwards, but we need some goaltending here in Detroit. And Coase really starting to pick it up in Grand Rapids. Everybody tries to write off goaltenders a little too soon. I think that's a mistake, as this is in around the inboards off the face-off win. Detroit trying to pick it up near the right side red line, but this is the Caps. We'll be taking this one left to right. In the second period, they are in the home Reds with the Black Pants. Good backhanded pass, as this is put back around the inboards for Moroshenko. I'm Moroshenko, the second line for Spencer Carberry's squad. No penalty here for Detroit, as it's still Larkin who'll find the entry. He got all spun around, taking the stick out of the hand for John Carlson, and the Red Wings, in an attempt to locate the puck, will skate the stick away, as this is in around the cage for Charlie Lindgren. There's a centering pass, but no Red Wings defense are back on the prowl. So Washington can go ahead and take full-scale line changes, as it's Simon Edmondson. Good chance to look at the rookie essentially here for Detroit, play some meaningful games down the stretch. Hopefully they'll be able to stay up here for the rest of the year, unless they have to send him back down for waiver claim to get playoff experience, and this time would be limited. Ovechkin from Connor McMichael. Ovechkin now, near the right side dot. His pass gets blocked, no matter. Mallenstein will pick it up. He'll fire a pass. This one gets blocked. Van Riemsdyk try to go ahead and recollect. Connor McMichael will watch. Bounce off his skates, pick it back up now. Try to get a slapper for Ovechkin. Center a pass. Alex Lyon doing a moonsault. Looking like Bret Hart. Is this spun around the other way? Is it Andrew Copp been knocked away here? And sent back down. Or I should say 1-2-3 kid moonsault. As this is put back around for Edmondson. That's some 90s wrestling there for you. As this is recollected here for Jensen off the half spin. Great pass, but missing a cutting Strome. Now settle back down. Nick Dowd, who's got a goal. Here's a slapper. This one goes up and out of play. 11:38 left to go in the second. 15-13 is the shot board. Nick Dowd for Washington. Alex DeBrincat for the Red Wings. Those are your goal scorers here. 1-1 at the Capital One Arena in Washington. John here with you on the call. It's a monumental game for both of these teams. You're going to hear me say that a lot. You're going to hear me say a lot by the media who make money when I don't. As this is a face-off opportunity for Strome. This will be Copper and Strome, and this will be won by the team here, which will allow DeBrincat maybe to try to go ahead and give chase. He gets a steal. Good pass out in front. Slap shot goes by. And now Gostisbehere, who got his shot blocked, picked back up by Copper. Alex DeBrincat now. He's got some energy after scoring that goal. Good to see. Ole Mata. Now for Patrick Kane. Here's Mata. Mata now, as traffic in front of the net forces one of the Red Wings to fall down. Ole Mata's still dancing with this thing behind the net. Here's a backhand shovel. Bounced off the outside of the cage. Picked up by DeBrincat, who's on the defensive bumper. Now near the left side dot. DeBrincat cuts in. And this one is taken away. And Perrier is going to have to lose it. There was 3 men back for Detroit. Gostisbehere, Shane's got it down. Will make his pass into the neutral zone. This will be not cleared across the red line, so Detroit's iced it. So their second line, their top 6 with Kane and DeBrincat, going to stay out. 10:46 left to go in the middle frame. So Emmett Finney signed a 3-year entry-level contract. Will report to Grand Rapids with Kamloops WHL. 62 games, 19 goals, 40 assists, 20 penalty minutes, led in all categories. Detroit's 7th round pick in 2023, 18 years old, out of Lethbridge, Alberta. That's pretty good numbers for a 7th round pick. Maybe Detroit has found something to be able to use in the distant future. Carlson will get a big bomb at 93 miles an hour. This one will get blocked. Picked up now for Scarbosa. We'll have this off his backhand, go down for Mata. Only Mata will gain the red line this time, and Derek Malone's squad will take a change. We're almost at the halfway marker through regulation. Glad you can join me here. It's been a while since we streamed. I apologize for that, but streaming conditions weren't great. I had people over. It was very busy, and I was very busy myself running errands, everything else throughout the week. But now we can settle back down for a few times before Easter and family plans during the weekend. And then I think next week we'll get a little more busy before Waterford Sharks playoffs. Fabry able to send it in now, as this is Alexiev who loses the puck for a moment. Trevor Van Riemsdyk will have it now as he'll play this off the backhand and it'll bounce off the caps. Settle back down. Chirot and Zarnik. This will be picked up and then turned over, and Oshie loses it to Joe Valeno. It's a 3-on-2. The Red Wings have the disadvantage here, but Valeno with it. Off the drop, Austin Zarnik sends it intentionally wide for Fabry. Now for Chirot, fired at the net for Lindgren, and Lindgren's got it in the trapper. 9:23 left to go in the second. Ben Chirot's not played a bad game for Detroit. Again, Petrie been hit and miss, but his key assist set up the Brinket. Red Wings need the defense, and they need Alex Line to step up big. We'll see what they do during the break. Come right back.
I told you so. Higher than number 89. The fuel that kept your car keys with one hit. And number 78. Thinking it's Friday when it's really Saturday. New players get 200 chances of winning with their first deposit on FanDuel Casino. Trucks are responsible for thousands of crashes, causing injury and death every single day. When it comes to truck accidents, nobody knows the law better than Fire Law, America's trial lawyers. If you've been in an accident with a truck, the only one to call is Fire Law. Let our trial lawyers get you the money you deserve. Fire Law. All we do is win. Individual style, a recognizable voice, you won't do it. A fresh perspective. When there's only one you, others can only imitate. Introducing the one and only 100% electric BMW i5. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine. Hurry in, it's the 2024 BMW i5 e-Drive for $699 per month.
Their last win, last week back, they lead on the goaltender early. They get a goal from their power play to get them up, and then their superstar gives them some distance. So again, I talked about.
I don't mean disrespect when I say this. Come back into the play-by-play, but they're showing Derek Malone, they're looking at Alex Ovechkin's recent play, and the way that Washington wins it. Get some good goaltending play and get some goals from Alex Ovechkin. I could have told you that, but that's just one of those situations where it's always been that way for Washington. Again, it was Braden Holtby when they won the Cup against the Vegas Golden Knights in the inaugural year. But for the Caps, they get a chance to possibly get back into the playoffs, and they're on the front foot more so than the Red Wings are right now. And if they win this game, it'd be even more so. Here's a wrister. It's off the post, and it's not in. It's not in. It's near the right side post. It was loose in front of Lindgren, but Washington was able to get some men in front of it, cover up the puck, and deny the Red Wings another goal-scoring opportunity. Dylan Larkin got his head up in the air. As this is Dylan Larkin, it was loose. Faravari able to shovel it back into Lindgren and get this face-off defensively still, but it saved a goal. Martin Faravari there stopped one, essentially from bleeding right through Charlie Lindgren, and it would have gave the Red Wings the lead. So Martin Faravari with the biggest stop of the game right now. 9:07 left to go in the second. Scoring chances are 10-7 for Detroit, 17-14 on the board. The shot board's low. but the intrigue for this game is very high, as this is McMichael. We'll go ahead and send this one in. TJ Oshie now. Carlson off the pinch. Number 77, TJ Oshie, trying to look near the right side red line. Got it up the backhand. He's all tied up by Michael Rasmussen. Great work to make sure TJ Oshie didn't get an opportunity. His outstretched stick. Now it is for TJ off the entry near the right side. Here's a pass off the bumper. Here's a slap. This bounces in front of the scramble. Settled down, fired to the net, stopped by the stick of line. And the Red Wings with Kopp. We'll have it now slowly. We'll get this one in the zone. Kopp. Here's a wrister. Close 5-hole by Lindgren. Putting it around the kick plate. Settle back down for DeBrincat. So they've mixed the lines a little bit. They got Kopp out there instead of Comper. Kopp will take his change. Probably GT come back on the ice now. DeBrincat off the chase. 8 minutes left to go in the second. Fired down the ice. Alex Line will stop it with the goal stick. JT Comper, the Michigan man and the Stanley Cup champion with the Colorado Avalanche. As of now, a first sighter and across the red and fired in. Nick Jensen, former Red Wing, loses the puck. He's got an assist on the Nick Dowd goal. That gave them a 1-0 lead. Gostisbehere fired toward the trapper of Charlie Lindgren, and he's got it. 7:40 left to go in the second. So the Great Eight chasing the Great One. Wayne Gretzky, 46 goals behind him. Wayne Gretzky with 890-40. We need to get to 895, did Obi? On pace to reach Gretzky in roughly 77 games, mid to late 2024-25. Could reach 1,000 goals in 253 games, late 26-27, should he still want to play that long, using a career .6 goals pace. Pretty good for Obi. And you'd think he'd really want to get to that. It'd be nice to get to 1,000 as well. Even as a power play specialist, you'd think he could still do it, depending on how long he wants to play. Assuming Washington still wants him there, you know they want him for the record, but you'd think he's a lifer there for sure. You already know that. But it's up to Ovechkin probably how much longer he wants to play. This will be entered here for Petrie. And off the kick play, David Perron will watch. This is a loose puck, recollected here for Marvichenko, and this will be sent back down the ice. Simon Edvinsson will have it. There's 7:05 left to go in the second. This will be blown dead against Detroit. They've iced it. 19 shots to 16. Glad you can join me. They're showing Alex Ovechkin redoing the stick tape. And he's got his scissors, he's got his stick tape, and you know what? He's going to get back on the ice. He's got to get his gloves back on and get all settled here as he's going to try to get the Capitals another goal. It's always cool to see that. Most 25 goal seasons in NHL history. Gordie Howe had 20 for Detroit. Alex Ovechkin tied with Jaromir Jagr, who just announced his retirement finally at 18. This will be put in around the end boards. Dylan Larkin off the defensive side near the right side red line, joined in by Petrie, but this is with the Caps. Van Riemsdyk will send this around for Oshie. So third line defense, top line offense for Spencer Carberry's squad. Ovechkin will watch as McMichael still trying to find a good battle. Ovechkin will help him get this puck loose. And this is put around for Petrie. Petrie absorbs a hit. One of the Red Wings gets knocked down and stays in the zone for the Caps. They're starting to get a lot of sustained zone time, but now Dylan Larkin able to find the entry. Simon Edvinsson with Dylan Larkin, and Larkin on the end of his shift, and so is Edvinsson. They'll go ahead and take a change for Dirk Alone's squad. This Caps start again in their own end. 6:05 left to go in the second. Hand grenade in. It's Ole Mata. We'll pick this one up off the backhand and leave it for Shane Gostisbehere. Ole Mata get it back near the right side dot, gain the red line, and toss it in one more time. A lot of chip and chase for Detroit and Washington in this game. Neither team wants to make a mistake that puts a goal in the back of the net. That's what you can tell. A point for both of these teams would be big as well, but you really want to get two. You want to deny the other team any if you can. Good back check for Kane, and this is bounced up in the air. Stick shot. This is knocked away from Alexei Protas, and now the Red Wings will escape the danger. Alex DeBrincat, shovel pass, Kane! He doesn't shoot, still stick handles near the right side dot. Nobody takes him from the block. Now DeBrincat, one-timer, another rebound. This gets blocked out in front of a couple of Caps as Chirot will just knock the stick away. And now this will be Moroshenko to pick it back up now. Kane, he did not shoot the first time, the second time, or the third time. The stick handled for about 15 seconds waiting for a lane. As this is set now for Zarnik. Here's a slapper goes way wide from Simon Edvinson, about 88. Red Wings have the puck as it's 4:40. Started battling the cold a little bit, I think, as Edvinson gets pinned against the boards. Delano, one-timer Fabry, and that one will go off the glass. This will stay in with the Red Wings. Another chance, and up high, Charlie Lindgren makes the save off Petrie as Nicholas Obey-Cubel. Offsides are Washington, and Detroit with one of their best pressures of the game. And Kane had a chance. He was waiting a long time for lanes to open up, and it bounced a couple times. Kane was there. He does break his stick. We'll go to break. 4:25 left to go in the second.
The Bronco family offers durability, comfort, and style. For a limited time, AZ Plan lessees can lease a Bronco Big Bed for only $469 a month for 36 months. Or returning AZ Plan lessees can lease a Bronco Sport Big Bed for only $299 a month for 24 months. Get to the Bronco family at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers and take advantage of these great offers. Living Ford first.
How much is steak?
An injury might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses a therapy dress shop and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Therapy Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see
Arby's crispy fish sandwiches still don't fit on the bun. Arby's sincerely apologizes for continuing to make big old sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meats.
The game was brought to you by your Metro Detroit Shipping Dealers. The Wings are keeping a wary eye not just on Washington, but the Flyers as well for that wild card spot. Billy opened the scoring against the Rangers tonight with a Scott Lawson goal. It's now 2-0 Flyers as they play in the second. Kenny?
And the Flyers found out on the score in goal differential. Washington minus 27. And yet those two teams.
Face-off win's going to belong to Washington. They got puck possession coming back in from the commercial break. 4:15 left to go in the middle stanza. We're tied at 1. Nick Dowd and Alex DeBrincat with the goals. And a whistle going to be called. This is going to be a penalty against Detroit. 4:09 left to go in this middle frame. We'll see what the penalty call is going to be, but this will go against the wing wheel for interference as Derek Lalone looks on. This is a monumental time for a penalty kill, and Detroit really needs one. Looks like a trip by Andrew Kopp. Interference there against LaPerriere. That's going to be the call there. So Andrew Kopp going to go to the box. And Washington can try to go 1 for 2 on the power play. It's as good as time as they need to do it right now. And Washington can take this lead and feel good heading into the dressing room at the end of 2 periods. 4:09 left to go on the second. Dylan Larkin will take this draw for Detroit. He's got to get it. He cannot. And John Carlson will settle it back down. Here for LaPerriere. He'll get it from John. Near the right side, dot. Here's an opportunity, Dylan Strome. Hendricks LaPerriere now for John Carlson. It's Ovechkin way wide off the slapper. Carlson and off the bumper as LaPerriere retrieves it. He's got it near the right side, dot for Dylan Strome. Slowly across the wall. Strome now near the right side red line, still dancing with this thing. Centering feed for Oshie, a big fan on a 1-team. Dylan Larkin able to spin and safely get this one down the ice. Good work for the captaincy. 1:15 left to go in Washington's second power play. John out here with you on the call right now. It's a 1-1 game. Again, OT, who normally joins the streams on this side, I saw his opening comment is that I got to go for my Caps. I don't blame him. Red Wings fans and Caps fans are definitely keeping their eye on this one. Hendricks Laperriere near the right dot. Settle it back down. Strome. It's Ovechkin now. Near the left side dot. Strome will get this one off the bounce. We'll keep it in. Strome now. Back near the right dot. Here's a centering feed for Ovechkin. For Moshe. Ovechkin now. Near the right circle. Back in behind the net. Laperriere. Carlson wide open. Good save for Lyon. Off his left pad. As this is the Red Wings near the right side dot is wide open. Laperriere shovel chance. This is loose. Red Wings don't find it now. And this one goes for Washington. Can they make something happen quickly? Great diving play for the Red Wings. Christian Fischer with an all-out effort play, able to get the face-off for Detroit. And your teammates are going to love you for that as he gets a bunch of stick taps for Mort Sider and Joe Veleno and JT Compher, as he should. He just made a play that could have stopped the Caps from scoring a goal. And they'll get a face-off outside the zone. So all-out effort there for Christian Fischer. We'll do it again. Larkin does win this draw. Petrie gets it out. But this is not done yet. Michael Rasmussen now will bleed some more time away from Washington's power play. He was pinched all the way in, and now Ovechkin can start again from his own end, gain the red line. Washington's power play is going to come to an end. They're now 0 for 2. Red Wings are 0 for 1. Not a lot of penalties called in this game. This is in the Red Wings' own end, as it'll be Rasmussen. We'll have it now. Simon Edmondson, Dylan Larkin, Jeff Petrie. Go ahead and send this one as Connor McMichael was in his face. Red Wings trying to locate. They'll safely send it back to his defense. Jeff Petrie will turn around and just shovel it ahead into the mid zone. Now Comfort, Edmondson. Red Wings in the middle of a change. And they might have to go back on the ice because they've iced it. 1:39 left to go in the second. Don't think that that was completed before the whistle had blown. So thank you for joining me on the YouTube side of this big game here, and on the Twitter space at John Ryan. If you want the clear audio as well, that's here for you. As always, on the Twitter X space and on the YouTube side at John Ryan. Another offensive zone draw. Will be Nick Dowd against Dylan Larkin. Dowd will win this one. Larkin. This might be another opportunity for the Red Wings to take a draw. Red Wings are getting a power play, actually. Spencer Carberry looks on. It is iPad. I need to get another look at it as well. Looks like Alexei Protas going into the box. Not quite sure why. I'm going to need to take another look at it myself. So right in off the draw, Protas. Well, we got a stick right in the face of Alex DeBrincat. That happened so quick you couldn't see it. Got a high stick on Alex DeBrincat. The Cat draws a power play. And now the Red Wings will get their second power play of the game. So Protas will sit. Again, he'll sit for the rest of the two. If the Red Wings don't score, there's a minute 37 left to go in this second period. Larkin. Good time for an offensive zone draw. This time he gets it. Shane Gostisbehere. Now for Perron. Top line out there. Shane. Send it toward the net. Will dust it wide. This will be Shane now. Settle it down off the half slap. Here's a tip, big rebound, but nobody is there on the Red Wings side as Alex Lyon. In between the circles, settle it down. Shane Gostisbehere. 1:10 left to go in the second thereabouts. John on here with you on the call. We're just about to end the second period in a 1-1 tie. Dylan Larkin. David Perron. Off the drop for Shane. Back to David. He's got it near the left side. Dot Shane in the high slot. Here's Larkin. Fans on it. Cross. Oh, what a stop. Here's a great save for Charlie Lindgren. Now Dylan Larkin. David Perron. Dylan Larkin, one-timer. Gets his rebound. Cross, another save. Lindgren down. Shovel at the net. It's in. Red Wings score. 2-1. Third, fourth efforts for Detroit, and they score on the power play. David Perron got denied at least 3 times. And Charlie Lindgren with some all-world goaltending. That was the only reason Detroit hadn't scored. about 15 seconds before that. Snow Angel saved 2-3 times. David Perron gets a fourth rebound and puts it in for Detroit. And Dylan Larkin was all over this puck. So was a host of Red Wings. David Perron finally gets a fourth rebound and puts it in the net. And the Red Wings take the lead. They get the second power play. This time they convert. Now they've got to hold it for this last 42 seconds and take the lead into the dressing room. That is a must. Protas. This one bounced up in the netting and out of play. My goodness gracious, what a gigantic goal for Detroit. They absolutely needed that one. Power play was open. I kind of feel bad for Alexei Protas because obviously you don't mean to get the stick up in the face for Alex DeBrincat, but it's right in front of the referee off the draw. And that was a gigantic goal for David Perron as this one is cleared down the ice defensively. Picked up here for the Caps. Van Riemsdyk now. There will be a pass. It'll bounce off Trupp. Now for Sider. Now Mirsnichenko will lose it. Van Riemsdyk gets the steal. Here's Strome off the drop near the right side. Down shot goes wide. Down to 5 seconds. Caps got time. Get it on the net. Saved by Lyon. 0.5. They will run out of time off this draw. And the Red Wings will take a 2-1 lead into the dressing room, courtesy of David Perron. Some words get exchanged before the end of this period. But holy cow, what a goal that was for David Perron. He absolutely needed that. And they're going to put one more second on the clock here. Looks like 1.1 instead of 0.5. So don't know if that's going to be enough time, especially you have to just shoot this immediately off the draw. That would kind of feel like an NHL EA Sports game. But 1.1, that's all that's left on the draw here. Connor McMichael against Dylan Larkin. So time is going to run out. John Carlson got the shot. But after 2, David Perron scores the biggest goal of the season so far as Detroit takes the lead off the power play as DeBrincat drew it off a high stick from Alexei Protas. And 20 minutes left to go. Red Wings have the edge. This is a 4-point swing. Come right back. We'll see what happens in the third. It's pressure filled.
Yes, they did give up the first goal of the game, but boy, did they bounce back quickly and with vengeance. Just carried the play, good penalty kill, and then, of course, the power play steps up with the go-ahead goal. 2:40 after Washington opened the scoring, the Red Wings tied it. The first goal in a hockey forever, at least in the mind of Alex DeBrincat, tied the game. Let's take a look at that goal through GMC Provision now.
Oh, DeBrincat, of course, yeah. Tough goal of Blake scoring a goal and makes a good play getting himself open. But I give a big share of the credit here to Petrie. Gets the puck from Copper. Takes it wide. Takes it wide on Carlson and just the first pass to bring it. You'll see him on the bottom of the screen. Gets a half a step, moves himself in, gets the target. Boom, there is the shot for DeBrincat with a sense of relief after going as long as he has without scoring. And Petrie, just a real smart play, utilizing his reach around the defender and putting it right off DeBrincat's tape so he can one time.
Two from the Cat. Teams with Trevor Thompson outside the Red Wings dressing room. Steve.
All right, John, we can tell by the celebration that goal meant a lot to Alex DeBrincat, the one that tied this game up at 1-1. And how important was it not only for your team, but for you personally, Alex, to get that under tonight?
Yeah, it feels good, obviously. I think it was my fault on the first goal, so I had to get it back. We keep battling out here. We're going to score some more.
Both goaltenders have been very good through 2 periods here tonight. So how much did it mean to your team to get that power play going the last minute of the second?
Yeah, it's huge. Special teams is big in this league, and to get one right there is huge. They did a good job. They had a lot of chances, and obviously he buried that one. So it's good going into the third with the lead, and we got to keep this up.
A very similar game to the low-scoring game you played against Nashville the other day. What will it take in the third to come out on top this time?
Yeah, I think a lot of the same things. Obviously we want to play in their zone a lot, but in our own zone we got to block shots and do all the little things, box out. We'll go home to win.
Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
There's always great. His goal tied things up, but the Wings do have a 1-goal lead after 2. As we send it back to you, Keats.
All right, Trev, thank you. The first goal for Alex DeBrincat in 13 games. The first goal for David Perron in 10, and both the goals were a little greasy, those are the kinds of goals that you have to have in what's effectively a playoff game.
Well, it was perseverance was a case in both those goals, but I still think it's just a case of taking the play to Washington, getting it back on the heels. Lindgren was swimming on that second goal. It's just really smart heads up play. Good puck control during the power play. Side of the net, they move it, get it down in the slot area. Unsuccessful Larkin, but they stay with it. Just good perseverance and Braun. Just real smart around the net. Watch out, he just doesn't get himself pushed right into the goaltender. He smartly just sniffs it out on the side of the net. Good perseverance. He slides it along the ice and scores. That's a goal scorer for him. Braun's a wily old veteran. It's right there.
Tuck these goals in, and then we'll give you your reset. And for the second period, for those that are just joining us, Red Wings got a power play late. They've taken the lead. It's a 2-1 game after 2. All goals scored in the second period.
Puck recovery's huge. Heads up play. Go over, get to the net when the puck's there. The Wings are all over that one. Just really checking off those boxes on the power play first play.
And meanwhile, Robbie Fabry is saying, that is a minor because he's dead. He probably has the most chances of anybody on the edge.
So the story of the Wings of late is just that not getting scored throughout the lineup. And of course, we touched on Brink, we touched on Braun not being hot lately. But Fabry, I tell you, I mean, just the opportunities he's getting, that's a good sign. I mean, I'm sure he's sitting in the dressing room right now, shaking his head, knows that, boy, I should have one right now. But hey, perseverance is good to see. A lot of jump in the step, a lot of Wings, guys. And that second period was outstanding. What a great breakthrough period.
All right, the winner of this game moves back into the second wild card spot at the end of the night. There are 10 games for the Red Wings after this one. They lead by 1 after 2 with this intermission report presented to you by MGM Brands.
Become a worldwide leader in water treatment. 88 years of experience, 46% energy savings, 100% satisfaction guarantee, or our network of more than 600 local water experts. Start big with Culligan Water.
I have one that's only getting covered.
I mean, they didn't crash on this whole tournament.
Yeah, let's place an order.
Hold on, let me ask.
Guys, you good with pizza?
That's nasty. Respect.
What are we thinking? 2 large?
All right, let's give you the reset after 2. Thank you for those that are just joining us in. Second intermission. So after 2 periods, again, Nick Dowd gets the first goal of the game started at the 2:09 mark. A great pass by Jensen on the move. He had him in the right side, bull on him on the move pass in between the circles, finds Dowd, and he snipes a shot into the left side of the net and near the middle part of the corner. 4:53 after Petrie hits Fisher with the puck. That's not what you want to do. On his next shift, he makes amends. He works well with the team and skates deep near the right side red line to Brinkett. Gets his first goal in forever. That's what he said to Trevor Thompson into the second intermission part. He cut to the net. It was near the right side of the crease. He scores, and the bottom left blades it through Lindgren and ties the game at 1. Red Wings followed in that period. They got a pressure with the break at 4:25 left to go as Kane's stick handles waiting for a chance up for the Brinkett rebound. He got nothing to break his stick and in the process in the commercial. Lindgren had a puck bleed through him, and Martin Ferravari able to pick the puck back up and put it into his goaltender. Stopped the Red Wings from taking a 2-1 lead at that time. Cop interference call, but Protas gets a high stick call against him, and that proves costly as he hit the Brinkett near the draw. It's Perron as the shot is set up by Larkin. A couple of rebounds, gets stopped by Lindgren as he makes a save, falls down, makes another, hits another one with the stick. But Perron, in pretty much a third, fourth effort, chips it over Lindgren and gives the Red Wings the lead. Shots are now 27-19. Shots on goal. Let's get that correction there. Shots on goal, 27-19, 20-12 in the period for Detroit. 15-12 hits in totality for the Wings. Face-offs and the same thing for the Wing Wheel, 27-14. Power plays 1 for 2 for Detroit. Washington 0 for 2. This third period looms large. And again, you know that Washington is going to come out with the desperation. Red Wings have to answer here. They've had a good 40 minutes, but it can't end there. They got to complete it with the full 60, or even if it goes to overtime, they've got to get this win. Same thing for Washington. It's the same narrative on both sides. Do what you can to close out this game, or do what you can to extend it or outright win it and take 2 points from your opponent.
1 hour Tigers live at 3 p.m. right here on Bally Sports Report. Thursday, Tigers and Sox at 3, only on Bally Sports Report. Right NPM is for everyone that loves sports betting. Everyone.
So our game's pretty good between the Red Wings and the Capitals. 2-1 with the Red Wings with the lead. Looking at the scoreboard, it's another good one between Boston and Florida. 45th goal of the year for Pasta, assisted by McAvoy, the only goal of the second. Bobrovsky, 13 of 15. Didn't have a lot of work to do. And neither did Swayman, 14 of 16 after 40 minutes. Tied a dose. Rangers get a goal back. Again, for Washington, I think they want Philadelphia to lose as well because that would open up a spot for them in the Metro. They don't have to worry about the wild card should they get this win. Samuel Ayerson, 17 of 18. Igor Shesterkin, 25 out of 27. Mika Zibanejad with the latest in the power play from Tampa Bay, his 57th assist. Adam Fox's 48th. Ryan Paling scored on the power play, and so did Scott Lawton from Travis Konechny and Travis Sanheim. 2-1 Philadelphia lead after 2. There was no goals, just like in our game after 1, but the Pens now have a 2-1 lead on the Canes. Pens may very well be out of it at this point, but you know they're going to play desperate anyway. They want to play spoiler. Brian Rust with his 23rd, assisted by Crosby, the latest, and Jesse Puljujärvi with his 3rd from Eller and Valerie Puustinen. Dmitry Orlov with his 6th from Jack Drury. Nedeljkovic, 23 out of 24. Again, the former Kane and former Red Wing. Alex Nedeljkovic doing a good job in goal for Pittsburgh. Peter Kochetkov, 11 of 13 for Carolina as they trail by a goal. Golden Knights. Remember how I said in the first intermission, I know I covered a lot of hockey, but remember how I said I think the Predators might do a good job in this game? They're down 3-0, so forget that. 3-0 against the Golden Knights after 1. Ivan Barbashev, Brett Howden, and Shea Theodore all with goals. Yusei Saros, 10 of 13. Yuri Patera gets the start net today. He's 11 out of 11 for the Henderson Silver Knights. And now he gets to start with the big club. Blackhawks have a 1-0 lead on the Flames. Jets and Oilers tied at 0 after 1.
Same game parlay. The Wings to take the win and thus the money line with the victory. They lead by 1 after 2. They need a Larkin goal and another Mo Sider shot. As always, in-game live odds are available on FanDuel. The numbers that matter right now: 2-1. Detroit on top of Washington in the second meeting of the season. Standing room only tickets remain for Detroit Tigers opening day. The Tigers host the A's Friday, April 5th at 1:10 p.m. The opening weekend series includes a very exciting giveaway at our Saturday, April 6th. The first 15,000 fans will receive a Tigers hockey jersey presented by American Bank. Single game tickets are available at Tigers.com.
And I think this won't matter on the Canadian side because you still got Sportsnet, so you won't have any blackouts here. But an ESPN Plus game between New Jersey and Toronto. It's now 3-3. Willie Nylander with his 40th. Austin Matthews with his 59th. Made it a 3-2 lead for Toronto before Timo Meier with his 24th tied it from Jesper Bratt and Nico Hischier. Joseph Woll, 14 of 17. Jake Allen, 28 of 31. As it's a 3-3 game with 7:14 left to go in the second. I'll be right back.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado, Turbo Max engine, and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $319 a month. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
Hey, so I'm on a betting system that's been working great for me. So did I. What's yours? Instead of an hour-a-week time limit on FanDuel, I can also set up wager limits. So I only bet what I can afford, and the betting stays fun. Right. So what's your system? What's that? Your system. What's your system? What is that? Every bettor has a system. Make FanDuel's responsible gaming tools a key part of yours. Whether you're saving for a vacation, college fund, or your nest egg, Lake Michigan Credit Union will help you get there faster. Our Max checking account has been named one of the nation's best checking accounts, allowing members to earn nearly $450 extra a year. And with our 12-month CD, you can lock in a rate of 5.15%. LMCU has ways for everyone to earn more. More opportunities, more successes, and more memories. Lake Michigan Credit Union. You'll love banking.
Right back in Valley Sports, brought to you by GMC. Visit your local Buick GMC dealer today for exceptional offers. Second period stats in the 2-1 game are brought to you by Wallside Windows.
Well, we stopped the ice scores. The Caps in that period, the shots jumped out 27 of 20 that were in the second period. We talked about Robbie Fabry, 5 of them from him. Over this period, he's finally breaks his donut. Was the goal, the insurance goal.
Get off the
The insurance goal, face-offs continue to go in the wind's way, which will serve them well in this third period.
We're checking what's happening. That's all in fighter along Michael Lampy. Winding member Mickey Redmond taking Alec Lyon with the first pick overall.
Raymond, come on, boy. You didn't score. Let's get something out of you there, too.
We'll have the final standings and the updated results when we come back after the game.
Hurry up and try to Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're full-size puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce, and only $3.99.
We need to go try these Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99. It's a pizza. One full entire price period, you get up to $200 with rebates on a set of 4 Goodyear tires. Plus the entire life package, exclusive and extensive maintenance to help you get more miles out of every tire you buy. Get up to $200 with rebates on 4 Goodyear tires. Battle Tire.
Hey, what's going on?
I switched to H&R Block this year and had one of their experts do my taxes for me. They guaranteed my taxes were 100% accurate. And by maxing my refund, I got my money back.
Get an accurate return and your max refund, or your money back.
Play Lock It Lane Live with special features, multipliers, flyers, and more. Sign up now using the promo code on your screen to redeem this offer before you go on. Only at GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
Yeah, back in Hockey Town with your Red Wings. Look to stay hot tonight. I'll tell you what, it already feels like a playoff game here at Little Caesars Arena. These games are really going to start to matter as we get closer to the postseason.
Of course, there's enthusiasm.
Then we got like one more commercial break before we get into the third period. Sorry I can conserve my voice a little bit just because I'm getting a cold. So hopefully nothing serious because I do have to do family plans and all that stuff through this weekend because of Easter and all that too. So hopefully that will be okay. But again, we're going to get through this game. And I want to get to Thursday because I already have pretty much 85% of the prep done for the Mariners and the Red Sox. So even if Cooper Hopkins can't go be for that one, I do want to cover that game in its entirety because we've already done all the work. It takes a while to get all the stuff set up. But what I will do is because we have the Boston Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners done, I'll put that into a database with the rosters and everything else that I've set up there so I can just copy paste and bring them into it, just change the numbers as we go along. if I am feeling any sort of way, it's better to get all this stuff done now rather than next week when I'll be doing playoff games here for the Waterford Sharks. So let's just get the sicknesses and everything else out of the way right now.
The Red Wings with a 2-1 lead. Starting the third period, Philadelphia leading the New York Rangers 2-1 as they're about to start the third period. As you look at the schedule,
There really isn't anything else left for me to say as we get into the third period. It is a 2-1 lead for Detroit. We know what this game means for the Red Wings. We know what this game means for the Capitals. It's a 4-point swing, and both teams want to do their best to deny their opponent any points in this playoff chase. Entering today, the Capitals are a point ahead of Detroit in WC2. If the Red Wings get this one today, they will pull ahead of Washington. And they'll also be watching Washington, the Flyers score. It's this point right now. You got about 9, 10, 11 games left in the season where everything is going to matter and everything is going to be watched. So let's get underway here. More excited. Able to dump it in as Connor McMichael finishes his check. Comfort. Send this around the inboards. Here's a shot that goes wide. This will be sticked by Lindgren and pushed ahead across the red line. Charlie Lindgren has been excellent. That is the only reason why this scoreline is where it is. Again, for Alex Lyon, probably should have given up an extra as well. This could easily be a 3-2 game, but it's 2-1. As it's Faravari will go ahead and fire toward the net. Ovechkin banks it in off the back of Lyon. He's going to get the goal. And you knew that he's a superstar. He can make plays like that. Alex Lyon never saw it. I didn't see it either until the light went on. And we'll see. This might be Connor McMichael, courtesy of Alex Ovechkin. That is a dream start for the Washington Capitals in this third period. Connor McMichael banks it right in off Lyon, off a puck retrieval. So the top line, Hershey Bear, gets an opportunity now. Ovechkin gets a piece of it. He might get an assist as well. Connor McMichael going to get the goal. Banks it right in off a Lyon. No chance to make the save. He's swimming in water. And it's a 2-2 tie. 19:25 into this third. Not even, 35 seconds if we do the rough math here. This is a brand new game now. And that power play goal, again, we talked about it for David Perron as Alex DeBrincat drew it in Protas, how important it would be to hold. Well, the Capitals said, we're just going to make this game even here and make everybody else sweat in Detroit. And that's what they're doing. That's what I'm going to be doing. 27-20. On the shot board, Connor McMichael. Bank was open against Alex Lyon, and he cashed in. It's dos as we just started this third period. So buckle up. If you're a Caps fan or you're a Red Wings fan, you're going to be biting your fingernails like LeBron James. But that's the kind of way it goes right now. So Dylan Strome can't win the draw. And we'll start again with a brand new game. DeBrincat. Get it ahead for Kopp. Kopp now. And near the left side dot, here's a backhand right into the trapper of Charlie Lindgren. So it'll force the save for the Washington netminder. 19 minutes exactly in this third. John Underwood on the call. We're at the Capital One Arena in Washington. Again, no Monument Sports feed for me because of the Bally Sports restriction. We're living in Michigan on this side, so this is what we got. Ken Daniels and Chris Osgood. John Underwood on the call, though, on the Twitter, X Space, and YouTube side. Charlie Lindgren has been excellent over the last 11 games. Also has 5 shutouts on the year. Face-off win here for Ghost. He'll settle it down, try to put it around the inboards here for Kane. Kane now for Alex DeBrincat, who's got a goal in this game. Nick Dowd and Connor McMichael with the goals. David Perron will get a goal as well. Alongside, I'll have to look at my box score again. I apologize as this goes in through the play-by-play for David Perron and Alex DeBrincat. Those are your goal scores. It's a 2-2 tie with 18:30 left to go in the third. Goss's Bear will start it in his own end. Skates in across the left side. He skates all the way in as he'll lose the puck now. Put it for TVR. Trevor Van Riemsdyk will try to pick this one back up as one of the Red Wings blows a tire. As Fisher lost it for a moment. Sider, this goes in between his legs. Now Ovechkin, look out, dangerous. What a pass. Set up And that shot wide. The whole side of the left net was open. Just missed the left post. Ovechkin made a great pass there as it settled back down for Nick Dowd. Faravari. Settle it down. Everybody taking a change for Spencer Carberry's squad. Connor McMichael, the former Hershey Bear, has just tied it. He's now sitting on the first line. Again, he was a big player against the Coachella Valley Firebirds last year in Game 7 of the American Hockey League playoffs when they won the finals. As it's recollected now and across the red line. Rasmussen tries to chase. Kopp will join in. Andrew Kopp now for Rasmussen is trying to get around Van Riemsdyk. Petrie now puts this around the kick plate near the right side red line. He's being draped by Scarbosa and Alexiev. As this puck is loose, making a nice play behind the knees. Red Wings try to pressure and steal. Now Dylan Strome, he's got a 2-on-1 cross pass and a save for Alex Lyon as he slides over near the right side post and stops Pacioretty. Again, this net is starting to be open a little bit on some of these odd man rushes, and there's some of these chances for Lyon. It looks like he's getting a little greedy here. And if Washington takes maybe a couple extra seconds and look a little more clinical, this game could get a lot worse for Detroit. It's tied right now, but Washington could easily have a couple more goals. And hell, I'd argue maybe even for Detroit, if not for Charlie Lindgren. And a good defensive play from Faravari to save a goal. 17:02 in the third. Washington, an offensive zone draw. Shots on goal are 28-21 as this goes back around the inboards for Sider. Raymond now will stop it, but this is picked up across the neutral zone, fired in. Washington will watch as Chirot and Sider. Here's a blank pass that'll get picked up by the captain's seat and Dylan Larkin. Raymond, he tries to jump at the puck. This will bounce off of Larkin, and here's a jailbreak almost down the middle. And this will be right into the glove for Protas chance. And saved by Lyon. 16:33 left to go in this third. Shots on goal now read 28-23 as the Caps. We talked about it a little bit in that second intermission. You know you're going to get a good press from either one of these teams right now. Washington's had the energy here. They've tied this game, and I would not be surprised if they win it. I'm saying I know I'm a Red Wings fan, but being as neutral as possible, I think they've been the better team today. There's been some pressures for Detroit, but you got to be able to finish those when you get them. And right now, Washington looks more dangerous. Sarnik, as this one is flipped by Sider, and since this was touched with a hand pass, we'll have to do it again. 16:25 left to go on the third. So as always, if you want the clear audio, you can follow along at the Twitter X space at John Lane. Same way you're following along on the YouTube side. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a no. I would be surprised if we did. I said, is this a must-win game for both teams? It's 100%. It's got to be yes. I think all the votes have to be a yes today. The way that this game has gone for the Caps and the Red Wings. So now in near the right side down, this will be knocked away. Oshie, sweet little back pass. As it's Connor McMichael, try to look for Ovechkin near the left circle. Chirot will go ahead and locate it. As this will be Austin Sarnik. Back to Chirot. Boleno will join. Boleno drop it here for the slap shot, the high slot, blocking Chirot. Here's another one. This one goes up into the netting and on a play. 15-53. Left to go on the third as Chirot's opportunity gets knocked up into the air. Looking at some of the stuff in the Big Ten, the 2024 Hockey Championship, Boston College, Michigan Tech, number 1 Boston College, Friday 2 p.m. Number 4 Michigan State against Western, Friday at 5. And then Friday at 8, North Dakota and Michigan. First time with 4 Michigan teams in the tournament since 2012. Again, Minnesota, Michigan hockey hotbeds. But very, very good teams in Michigan, as they've always been, especially Michigan Tech, Western. You don't want to sleep on them either, as Kane will send one toward the goal. Kane will get held in off the bumper, and this is Comfer who loses the puck. Red Wings do keep it in, as the breakage chance gets bounced. Now into the center ice logo of the Caps. This will be flipped in by Detroit. They'll have to be quick if they want to take some changes at it. An outstretched stick Good battle here for Detroit. But this will be recollected into neutral zone for Van Riemsdyk and Malenstein as this is sent in. Washington now with the puck. Nick Dowd, who opened the scoring of this game, fired toward the net at the point, near the right side blue line, and stopped by line from John Carlson. So the Red Wings have won 2 of the last 3, but that does not do much as far as changing the outlook because the Red Wings coming into this game have lost 10 of the last 13 games, and that is why they're chasing largely when the Caps have played very well, winning 5 of the last 6. Here's a slapper. Carlson rebound scores! And the Capitals have taken the lead. Dylan Strome, he has been one of the best players all year for Washington. Carlson with a ripper, Strome with the goal, and the Caps now have the lead, 15-11. Left to go in the third. It's a key face-off loss from Kopp, and a rebound backhand, Dylan Strome. Right there, easy pickings for the Caps. Carlson, Strome finishes it, and that's it, and that's all. The Caps now have a 3-2 lead, and the Red Wings must respond here, or their season, even with 10 games left, could very well be over. Because what they have in the upcoming schedule is not easy at all. And this is a team that you're directly chasing in a 4-point swing. So this could be it. And again, for the Red Wings to fall out of the playoffs, considering how good they played, you can't lose 10 of the last 13. Put yourself in this position. Here's a rush. And Petrie, this goes off the outside of the cage for Dylan Larkin. Sent down the ice. And this is not ice. This will be picked up here from Moritz Seider. 14:35 left to go in the third. Dylan Strome has helped the Caps take the lead. Back-to-back goals, Connor McMichael and Dylan Strome in this third period when the Red Wings had a 2-1 advantage. That one definitely hurts. Connor McMichael puts it around the inboards now. Oshie will give chase as he gets a piece of Chirot. Red Wings try to escape with it with Lucas Raymond. Raymond now will shovel it ahead. He's on the edge of his ship. They'll take a change for Derek Malone squad. Shot board starting to get even too as the Caps have pulled ahead. 3-2, but the Caps are on the shot board 29-26. Ovechkin fired in for Lyon. Lyon will slow it down. As the Red Wings. Therefore to break it. Good pass for Kane. Kane now near the right side window. Recollected for Comper. Comper now off the spin. Try to leave it for Chirot. Chirot now near the right side dot in the high slot. This one goes wide. Glove hands taken away from one of the Caps, but the play still live. Patrick Kane off the half spin. Play for Chirot. Slap pass across. Still waiting for something here for Gostisbehere. This one will get blocked. Now the Red Wings do the left side dot. They've got to tie this game. That's the first stretch. Patrick Kane, spin, turn. Here's a shot. This one will get knocked away. Spencer Carberry's squad will go ahead and take some changes again. Dylan Strome with what could be the game-winning goal at the 13-minute marker. That's what's left of the third here. As it's recollected near the left side wall. Joe Veleno drop pass right to the Caps now. As they'll look to push the other way, trying to find Zarnik. Red Wings forces steal. Veleno now spinning his own end. An opportunity to be dropped by Gostisbehere. Fabry circling toward the net. It's Veleno. Now on the high slot is the defensive side for Gostisbehere. Veleno fires it on. One of the Red Wings gets cross-checked in front of the net, and they're down as the line will stop it. Shane Gostisbehere. 12:25 left to go in this third as the Caps have just taken the lead. This is a 4-point swing game. The Red Wings, if they lose this one, they could very well be done. This one goes into the players' bench and on a play. 12:16 left to go in the third. We'll take a break. Washington is out ahead, and we'll see if they can hold it.
Classic roast beef and crispy fish. Just 2 for $6. If Arby's wasn't already at Arby's, it'd be on its way to Arby's right now. Arby's, we have the meat.
Right in here for everyone that loves sports betting. Everyone. The top
You want too much, Tommy. Let others play. So, man, if I'm not Tom Brady, you're right. I'm Tom Brady.
What age to babysit Tom Brady and he was a little troublemaker?
No one likes to snitch. You're right.
What about the Tom Brady of spreadsheets?
You're right. What if I'm Tim Burton, 7-time pool champion? The dress up's not healthy, Tom. Casilla. Hey, Tom.
I Wayne Gretzky.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Exclusive offer for new customers. They accept you, Tom. We want enough.
Last minute Mitsubishi in Southfield is loaded with over 300 new cars ready to sell. This month, lease a 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander ES for just $249 a month. You heard that right, just $249 a month. That's less than your cable bill. And we'll give you the appraised value plus an extra $1,000 for any trade-in. Need financing? They've got it at Blacksmith. Let us help you drive home in a new Mitsubishi today. And don't forget to tell them you've got it at Blacksmith.
Arby's crispy fish sandwiches still don't fit on a bun. Arby's sincerely apologizes for continuing to make big old sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat. Well, it's been a tale of two teams since the last time these two teams met on February 27th back at Little Caesars Arena. That night, the Red Wings had a 9-point lead over the Capitals and held down the first wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. Coming into play tonight, there's been a dozen games played for each team since then.
So, since the last meeting between Detroit and Washington, when Detroit had won that game, they had a 9-point lead in the standings over the Caps. And now the Caps are a point ahead. They could be 3 points ahead after tonight if Dylan Strome's game winner does hold up. 12:15 left to go in the third. Man, oh man, how far the Red Wings have fallen. That would now be 11 losses in the last 14 games for Detroit. They didn't even pick up a point. As it's sent around the inboards now, Dylan Larkin. He can't find it. He's going to try to give chase now. And does he force the puck to go out of the zone at least, as Larkin was in full hustle mode there. 11:55 left to go in the third. So the Flyers and the Rangers, the Flyers had a 2-0 lead. The Rangers have come all the way back to tie at 3. Bruins and Panthers tied at 2. Penguins have a 2-1 lead over the Hurricanes. I'm looking at the Bally Sports Detroit playoff picture. They'll try to put any spin they can and try to get the Red Wings into this right now, but they got to win games. Bottom line, Sider now off the defensive zone draw. As this will be sent down for Rasmus Sandin into center ice, and he'll clear it in. Alex Line will turn around and stop it, as this is picked back up by Washington and Rasmus Sandin one more time. Sandin will spin and turn on his own then. Detroit will find a force to steal. There were no Capitals in sight until they threw the pass right to Nick Jensen. My goodness. Nick Jensen now off the back pass. Look to settle it down. Washington is a puck possession team, as we told you. They're not going to make any mistakes here. They can try to ride this one all the way home. And the Red Wings, if they want this, they're going to have to go out and try to take it. They're going to have to force the Caps into some mistakes. It's Strome with a long shot. This one gets deflected and wide on a play. 11:06 left to go in the third. 29-26 is the shot board, but the Red Wings are now behind. Caps, this is a monster game for them, and they feel good about where they are right now, and they should. I think they've outplayed the Red Wings for most of the game, but especially in this third. The Red Wings don't look like they have the answer right now. And when you have Alex Line maybe give up a goal that he shouldn't, although this game honestly is where it should be as far as the scoreline. Caps have been the better team. Dylan Strome, last time he won this, and went right to Carlson for a bomb and a goal from Strome. But Larkin will win this one. This will be a stick lift. Good pickup. Dylan Larkin overskates it. This is gloved down. Jump in the air, and the Red Wings want to recollect with Shane Gostisbehere. Lucas Raymond, everybody on side. Dylan Larkin now off the drop for Gostisbehere, and he can't hold it. So now this goes in through the neutral zone and across the Caps logo. You got to be able to handle the pass a little bit better. Really, all there is to it. It was clean enough from Larkin. Gostisbehere. Settle it back down. Again, 20 comeback wins, which is 6, 12 in the third period, which is most. You just hate to continue to play from behind all the time, because that's the way it usually goes for them. Raymond, as this one gets chipped in, can't find Comfort. And now Nick Jensen. Good skate for him. able to keep his poise. It's Alexei Protas. And off the rush, you're a big gift for Van Riemsdyk. Protas at the net. This one goes off the glass. Nick Down settle it down for Alexiev. We'll turn around and shoot this one. I'm trying to find Faravari. And this one will go down the ice. This is not icing. Patrick Kane, he wasn't sure, and I wasn't either, as Lindgren had his hand up in the air. 9:50 left to go in the third. Jeff Petrie, fire it in. And the Red Wings are going to have to start getting some loose pucks. JT Copper, that's it for Kane. Kane shoots. This one goes just wide. He was in the middle of the dots as he let it go. Petrie tried to hold it in. And now Ovechkin off a one-on-one. This will be ice, though, as Edmondson will get there first. 9:31 left to go in the third. Shots on goal 29-26. But a couple of goals in the third. That's what's proved to be the difference here for Washington. Red Wings are not going to be back home until Sunday, April 7th. That's Game 77 against the Sabres at 1 p.m. And it's a really difficult road stand for Detroit. Again, it shouldn't even be a narrative at this point, but that's what it is. That's what they've done. This is a face-off win for David Perron. Perron here for Raymond as we're down to 9:20 left to go in the third. Red Wings with this puck, still in Larkin. He was up high near the left side dot. Someone loses a stick as it's Larkin with it, able to make a nice skate through. It's Sider now near the right side dot. Late for Larkin, shot goes up high. This is I'm Lindgren went up high on a play. 9:04 left to go in the third. That was a great shift for Dylan Larkin. Take a break. 9:04 left to go in the third. It's a one-goal game. Washington out in front.
Saving money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices at 11% rebate. Cardboard mulches $1.97. Get this one installments for only $9.99. Activate Easter savings. Easter lilies are just $5.99 each. Look up those Easter baskets with cardboard mulches solution. Just 49 cents each. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry up before time runs out. Sign up for Menards email to get more hot deals. Plus a weekly flyer right to your inbox. Save big money at Menards.
Special offers have just been announced at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Returning AZ plan lessees can lease a 2024 Escape SUV for $239 a month for 24 months. Escape comes with Bliss, livestock information system with cross-track alert and plenty of cargo space to fit your lifestyle needs. See your Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today and drive off in an Escape SUV for only $239 a month. Think Ford first.
Make your first move with battery-powered AI steel.
Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trigger set and buy an extra battery to double your warranty. Real estate on yours.
Watching up by one. Now time for Chevy to start this play of the game. Both goals in the third period. First one 35 seconds in. Opposing skate. And here's one off the draw. Quick shot saved by Ryan with the rebound. Strode is going to deposit his 24th of the year. He's having himself a great year. And here are the goal scorers. In tonight's game, there's Michael. There's Strode giving the Capitals lead here in the third period. Their numbers 1 and 2 centers have the goals, and Gossesbear and Mata got crossed up.
Gossesbear and Mata got to go back after the faceoff was won. They got crossed up, so they'll start again. Now into the neutral zone, Red Wings turn it over. It's Ovechkin. Now to the right side looking for Connor McMichael. Again, he's getting more confidence every time I see him on this side again. Last year with the Hershey Bears, can't say it enough. He's got a goal in this game. Now Dylan Strome has been excellent over the last couple of seasons as well. What a pickup it's been for them. Nobody expected Washington to be in this spot, but here they are. They could be 3 points up in a playoff spot. Gossesbear spun around. Ovechkin doesn't have time for a breakaway. And offsides was McMichael. He wanted to pass. Ovechkin was still completing his moves. He was looking like a one-on-one. He got tied up with Gossesbear. He got the steal. And then McMichael wanted to get the pass and give back to Ovechkin. But Ovechkin was determined to take it himself. He was just trying to get the bump, getting the steal. He got back onto his feet and tried to go ahead and turn some energy on. And he was waiting for McMichael to get set up, but he went off sides. So that's a break for Detroit. 8:22 left to go in the third. Neutral zone draw. As this is Mallenstein, able to fire this around the end boards here for Ben Sherratt. Sherratt now off the half spin as he gets glued by Max Pacioretty, then takes him down in front of the referee, but no call. This is Fisher. Slap shot this around the end boards. Red Wings will get to it first. Fired toward Lindgren as it's stopped from Christian Fischer chance. 7:55 left to go in the third. The Red Wings need a goal. Where is it going to come from? That's the question. The Capitals don't need to do anything else right now. They just can't make any key mistakes, and they'll be 3 points up in a WC2. They're feeling good, as they should. This is played in off the backhand now for Lindgren and settled back down for Nick Jensen. Nick Jensen now. Good skate through across Raymond as he tried to look for Dowd, but this will go all the way back for Rasmus Sandin. Sandin will make a long pass from about 70. This will be recollected in the defensive end for Jeff Petrie as he rattle it off the kick play all the way down. Sandin will get it back, and he'll start it again for Washington. As I don't think they gain the line, it's not going to matter anyway. First one to it is Washington and Beck Mallenstein. Centering feed, trying to look for Strome, who just scored. And now the Red Wings off a 3-on-3. Red Wings now. High slot. Here's an extra pass. Goaltender was down, was Lindgren. And the puck doesn't get there as someone lost a glove hand. And now Sider will have it. Cross ice pass was there, but the Red Wings can't find the finish. Dylan Larkin will leave it here for Moritz Sider. Now a chance for Trot. Fake the slapper. Joe Veleno has to get around a mall phone booth. Try to pick it up now near the left side dot. Washington, Ovechkin, slow clear, will work out just fine. 6:25 left to go in the third. Zarnik. Here's a feed for Veleno. Not so sure how much time I want to see from the fourth line right now, but you got to keep bodies fresh. Here's a chance. That'll be stopped for Avari. We'll get a piece of it. Settle it back down the ice. Ovechkin, great feed. As it was too far for Connor McMichael, though, off the kick play. Detroit will have it now as Ovechkin will pin Veleno to the glass. And now McMichael will settle it back down. Get an opportunity for Alexander Alexiev and Trevor Van Riemsdyk as they'll play crisscross for Spencer Carberry's squad. Now near the right side red line, intercepted by Ole Mana, but an offside with a high stick. 5:46 is the call. We'll get a stoppage. We might take another commercial break as well. That we will. 1-goal game. Washington out in front. Dylan Strome. He's got the game winner if it holds. 5:46 left. Pass across. Goes just too far as Perron got all tied up. Raymond tried to set up Petrie, and that one went wide.
Imagine all the clothes you'll wear. Imagine all the sights you'll see. Wow. Whoa. Okay, how about you imagine dropping me off?
Imagine yourself in the legendary 4Runner with the best resale value in its class. Lease this new 24 4Runner now for $439 a month with 2 years no cost maintenance.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places. At FanDuel, we speak high. That's why we give you more ways to bet on the NHL. But you want to bet on the Clapper to light the land? Root for some winger to start racking up apples? Bet that the 10 puts up a great wall of pillows. This hockey season, FanDuel lets you bet on the boys any way you want. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Well, it's another one of those sweaty palm games. The Wings down by 1 as we approach the end of the third period. John Keating and Larry Murphy getting you ready for Red Wings Live postgame. It's been a very, very entertaining hockey game as the Wings find themselves down by 1.
Well, coming out in the third period after a successful second and just giving up that goal early in the third period, Washington, boy, a team of opportunists. They get in these games, they don't want to play the opposition, but for the Wings, I mean, they still got plenty of time. 5+ minutes to get themselves back into it.
Post-game reaction. Chris Osgood will join us, and we'll we'll reflect back on an anniversary that Ozzy and Murph share when we see you right after the final point, guys.
Red Wings with 6 remaining versus play.
Gut check time, 5:42 left to go in the third. We will get another face-off. The Red Wings, about 11 games left in the season after this is done. 6 against playoff teams. They're going to have to get it done if they want to get in. Again, as we said going into the Open, that was not the case for Detroit, where they put themselves in this position now. If they lose this one against Washington, they might very well be out for good, as Pacioretty gets stolen for Patrick Kane. Gets a pickpocket there. And Alex DeBrincat goes ahead and picks it back up as Paravari will send this one back. Detroit's got to find the pressure. Here's Kane. He scores! Patrick Kane gets the slapper and ties the game at 3. What more can you say for Patrick Kane? Go ahead and sign him up to the extension now, please, and thank you. The way that this has gone, he's been a point-a-game player since entering the Detroit Red Wings. Alex DeBrincat try to find a pressure. It's Copper. DeBrincat gets the steal, and Kane unloads and fires between the circles, and a slap shot beats Lindgren. And this game is tied for Avari. Couldn't get it out. Good pressure there from Copper. Bounced off DeBrincat. DeBrincat sets up Kane. This game's tied again. 3-3 with 5:05 left to go in the third. I've already had sweaty hands, and now we're going to add even more of it. Again, you don't want to see Washington or Detroit pick up a point if you're either one of these teams. You want to win this in regulation. Who's going to press, or are we just going to take this point and then press later? Who knows? It's Lucas Raymond. He'll have it now. Here for Larkin. Here's Sider trying to skate through. Pick it up now for Dylan, who's got it in the high slot. Dylan shoots, and this one is in the glove hand, bounced and deflected. So 4:38 will get a stoppage. Patrick Kane has just tied this game for Detroit, and it was Alex DeBrincat who set him up from the great work for JT Comper and bullseye for number 88. That was badly needed for Detroit. It was a half slap with a full effect. Tied this game at 3 and badly needed for Detroit. Again, he's played hero quite a bit this year, has Patrick Kane, and his impact has been immeasurable for Detroit. 4:30 left to go now in this third as it's recollected off the backhand, and now Gostisbehere and Rasmussen lose the puck as Ovechkin. Here's a fumbling pass. This will be rolling, picked up by Detroit out of the air, and they can try to start this one on the road whites left to right. Christian Fischer off the drop for Kopp. Will fire it toward the net. This one will get blocked. Fischer now. He's been hot of late as Alex Ovechkin get a stick lift in his own end, but he can't clear it. And now Rasmussen push it in deep for Kopp. Rasmussen now trying to find this near the left side red line as the Caps are desperate to get it out. Here's Sider. Sider now. Nobody's home. It's Chirot now. In between the Caps logo. Sider as the forwards take a change. Everybody taking a change except for Mo, who's got the puck now. This will bounce in off the inboards. And Sider's exhausted. He's on the edge of his shift. He'll take a change. Patrick Kane's back out there. His outstretched pass will bounce off the inboards. There's a broken stick in behind the Caps net of Charlie Lindgren. 3:25 left to go in the third. The Capitals have iced it. The Red Wings have tied it with Patrick Kane, and they really, really need this extra point here. They don't want this to go to OT. Again, it would be a tie, essentially, with a 2 points for Detroit and the Caps getting 1. But they really got to make sure the Caps don't get anything here. But really, all Detroit can do is try to get wins. I guess beggars can't be choosers, but you really have to get 2 points here if you're Detroit. Same thing for the Caps. You don't want Detroit picking up anything. Offensive zone draw. Knocked away from Rasmussen. Delayed offside, played against Kane, but we're good now. As this is sent in the defensive end, this will be an opportunity here for Simon Edmondson. Got to be careful. Patrick Kane gives it right to Pacioretty. And now Pacioretty will lose it. It bounces off the referee. And the Caps with Carlson. Pick it up into the neutral zone, but it's Detroit. Started for Petrie and Edmondson. Give it back to Jeff here. Orchard Lake St. Mary's product. Always like to throw that shot out when I can. Jeff Petrie. Settle this one down. Forwards will get situated, looking to break out on the left and right side. Goes down the middle instead for Petrie, and Raymond will try to hustle with the puck. Red Wings will find it. This will bounce back to them. Dylan Larkin. He was turning on the burners, and now Nick Dow will go ahead and clean it in. 2:25 left to go in this tie game now. Patrick Kane's made it 3-3 after the Caps scored 2. And they scored early and they scored often. Picked up now for Van Riemsdyk. TBR. Send this around the inboards. The defenseman is pinched. Trevor trying to get this one now for Malenstein. We'll shovel it in for Dowd. And now this is taken in behind the net. No penalty called against Detroit. They'll have this in their own end. David Perron. Shovel for Larkin. Larkin trying to put it right through the middle and jailbreak Lucas Raymond. Raymond now will settle it back down. This is an opportunity for the Caps to go right to left. And we'll start it again with Nick Jensen. Nick Jensen, take his time as you get the Let's Go Caps chance. We are in Washington after all. Now everybody's standing here because they know how big this game is. We're down to about 90 seconds left to go into this game. Here's an outstretched pass from Faravari. Oshie, Ovechkin, backhand, he's taken down. And the fans are up in arms as he certainly got a stick plate in the end of it, and he suffered a big one. He got a hit pretty good. And now the Red Wings will try to get this one down and across the blue line. This is bunched up. Michael Rasmussen out there with Kopp and Fisher as well. It's the hard-working grind line, essentially, for Detroit. We know what that used to be with Volpe, Draper, and McCarty, as it's 55 seconds left to go in the third. Red Wings have this one at center ice. Patrick Kane, good entry. Here's Sider with a slapper. Sider with the second rebound. And this one is DeBrincat all punched in as well. You got to be careful if you're Detroit. Don't want to get too many forwards up there and give the Caps a break. As it's Oshie. Stolen. DeBrincat fights Kane. Kane now circling in behind the net as he is taken down. And this is cleared across center ice. Comfort trying to find the entry. Down to 25 seconds. Sandin will send this safely across. Good spin, as this will be an opportunity here for Alexander Alexiev. 15 seconds left to go in the third. The Caps have one more rush to try to steal 2 points here. Sandin, Van Riemsdyk, gain the entry now, down to 6 seconds. And this is in the glove hand of Alex Lang. Make it 5.2 as this game is tied at 3. Plenty of time for the Caps to win this in regulation, as Ovechkin looked like he probably should have had a penalty called for him, as Kopp looked like Chirac got a piece of the skate blade and the stick blade on his skates. 5 seconds left to go in the third. So any sort of play for Ovechkin here right off the draw in between the circles, have him spread way out wide so he can launch a slapper and maybe win this thing. He's going to go directly back for the faceoff. Strome can't win it. We're going to go to OT. 3-3 tie, courtesy of Patrick Kane. Red Wings weren't going to get anything. They will get a point. We'll see if they can get 2. Come right back.
Employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $319. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We have one woven sound here in our heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy of care. Bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technology system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
Here are the up-to-date standings. Washington getting the point, the Red Wings getting the point, the Flyers and Rangers late third tied 5-5.
Well, half the points have already been decided. Both teams get one. Who's going to get the extra? Between the Red Wings and the Caps, we're going to be going to OT now. Patrick Kane has just tied this game at 3, and we're going to see who's going to get the extra here. Detroit really needs it. The Caps really need it. This is a monumental swing. It was going to be a 4-point swing. Might not be that much now with both teams already picking one up, but still. Patrick Kane got them in this position. Otherwise, the Red Wings wouldn't have even had anything today when they really need it. So Raymond, Sider and Larkin on the ice right now. Looks like Strome, Ovechkin, and Connor McMichael as they will go ahead and pick this one up now. It's LaPerriere now here for Strome. Strome try to set this one up right out in front of the net. That was Carlson. Is now it's LaPerriere. So they will give Ovechkin a breath just for the moment. Dylan Strome, good skate through, and Sider able to answer, and they'll get their first puck possession of overtime. Lucas Raymond trying to get a step, but working behind the net, trying to bank it off of Lindgren. And now you got to be careful here for Lucas. You can't put too much pressure on. You want to help out your defense. He's going to try to go the whole way through this forecheck and give effort. 4:10 left to go in this OT. As this is picked up now, circling pass out in front. This goes way too hard. That would have been a break for Detroit. There's an opportunity for Connor McMichael. Off the drop, Ovechkin shoots the wrister. Someone lost the stick right out of their hands of the shot. It took it right out of Ben Sherratt's hands from Ovi. 3:59 in this OT if we need it, as we'll get a defensive zone draw for Detroit. 3-on-3, a lot of room out there right now for both of these squads. It's a gigantic game. Glad that we're able to cover this one. John out here with you on the call. I got the Bally Sports Detroit feed here with me for the local side. That's the only one I can get today. Detroit and Washington tied at 3 in OT. Both teams picked up a point, but the second one is the most important here. Nick Dowd will open the scoring. Face off against JT Comfort. Comfort can't win it. Dowd gets a clean one there, as it's Rasmus Sandin will turn around instead. So Sandin, Connor McMichael, all the way back in his own end. We'll try to start this one left to right. He's got Ovi with him. The right side, drop for Ovi. Here's a wrister. This one stopped by line. Picked up by Sherratt. His backhanded pass, stolen by Ovechkin from Kane, but it goes out of play. 3:35 left to go in the overtime. So again, your goal scorers in that third period, 2 of them for the Caps. Connor McMichael and Dylan Strome made it a 3-2 game. Detroit led 2-1 after one. It was goalless after one. And Patrick Kane tied it late from DeBrincat in the effort from Comper, but DeBrincat got the primary assist and the only one at that. Larkin, center ice zone draw. This is picked up by Sider, and he'll shovel it back for Alex Lyon. Alex Lyon leaves it for number 71, the captaincy for Detroit. Larkin, tons of speed. Gains the entry. Larkin now off his backhand, turn and pivot. Good setup pass. Wide open. Oh, it bounced off Sider's skates. My goodness, he was all alone against Lindgren. And now the Caps will have it. Perrier sends this one off the rush. Caps look good. They score! Another goal for the Caps, and this one's going to be the game winner. And they take the extra point. Dylan Strome with another one. And this is the definitive one. And the Caps win it. They win 4-3. And that is a crusher for Detroit, who had a couple fans there sitting right against the glass with their hands on top of their head. This game's done. Dylan Strome, GWG. And the Caps win it 4-3. What a game this was. I will see you Thursday for MLB opening day between the Mariners and the Boston Red Sox. And Sider was all alone. It bounced off his skates, and then immediately off the rush, LePerriere turns on the burners. Outstretched pass, Strome, give and go. Carlson back to Strome out of the air. A gorgeous goal. Caps take this one, and they get a giant 2 points, and the Red Wings' playoff hopes sink ever deeper as they continue to play just not very well down the stretch. What a great goal for the Caps. They take this one 4-3. We'll see you on Thursday. See you guys. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If anything on the video side, hopefully we can fix it because I just had black screen on that. I don't even know if you see the camera side.